Hello people of Earth, it's your pal the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Today is Thursday and you know what that means, 3 hours of GWA action as we embrace our second year of Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we're happy to have you with us. We hope today finds you well. Okay, let me just pop over here and get everybody all situated. Oh yeah, you can see me testing out, got a new emote for the members of the Silent unit there. It's a little squishy on my preview screen, but I feel like a full screen or so on and so forth. It should look pretty decent. Hey, Vert, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Okay, let's pop us on over to the top corner of the GWA screen. There we go. Okay, so I'd like to do this in studio mode now so I can quickly hide my cam, but let's pop on over here. I haven't really done anything except futz over my text file of the GWA sort of records and such. But speaking of, let's take a look at how our wrestlers are feeling. Good. Robinson also. You say you're feeling good, but that neck's pretty orange. Kobashi's doing fine. Houston a little, you can see just a slight discoloration of the neck there. Neck seems to be a sore spot, no pun intended, for most of the wrestlers here. Well, good. I'm glad you're feeling a little better. Drago, also hanging out. Good to see both of you. Bert, glad you're feeling a little better. Yeah, we all have days like that. Believe me too. If I thought about how many people were or weren't watching my stream and just didn't sort of focus on the fun I was having with whatever game I was playing, you know, I'd probably find myself down in the dumps a lot more often than I do. But, you know, chin up. I don't. That's easy to say, chin up, but you know, like I just sort of stay the course. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, buddy. Hang in there. All right. So Dragon Rojo is fantastic because they're our new hire. I just remembered. Adam Page is still sort of establishing themselves with us, getting a little yellow in the neck. Getting a little yellow in the neck there, but feeling all right. Oh, Mickey Williams doing poorly, so we'll sit them out. Walker and Bullock still out for another month, but look like they'll be raring to go when they get back. Tejana says they're good, but also a bit yellowish. And Big Dave Mastiff says they're okay, but also getting a little rough around the edges. Okay. I can work with this. I think I'm going to sit like half my roster. Well, some of it I already have to. But I'm going to sit half the roster, maybe get 6 people in the mix, 3 matches out of that, and then end up inviting 2 matches worth of friendos, so like 4 people. So Mad Polly and then 3 others. See if we can find Mad Polly at least a new opponent. Okay, and then next month we'll just outright offer them a contract since they've been working with so well for us so far. All right, let us manage. Training center we've already done. Let's check our merchandise. I think we're good. We'll leave that as is. We have about half of it left, and we may or may not do snacks depending what venue we run. So for the event, I believe we're gonna end just. Oh wait, hang on. Let me check this first, even if I don't do anything. Singles match, yeah. Aha! We have a friend in from Impact. Carl Anderson has come in, so we have at least one extra warm body, so to speak. Okay, we're gonna put them. They look like they're a little beat up themselves. Okay, I've already got some pre-booked in mind. So now we need to invite 3 people, Mad Polly included. Okay, good to know. They're out on loan to us. I'm not expecting much out of Carl Anderson, so just having somebody in the match will be great when it doesn't cost us a dime. But first, hey buddy. Our buddy I'll watch them charge it. Okay, I was gonna say watch them charge us a ridiculous amount or just refuse to work with us now. Watch this Mad Polly start to big time us. Hey Polly, you wanna come out, buddy? Welcome aboard. Mad Polly back where they belong. Ooh, anything good on the Steam Summer Sale? I haven't had a chance to look. That's going to be part of my afternoon activities once I wrap up here. If I didn't already have all the DLC, if you don't already have all the DLC for this very game, Fire Pro Wrestling World, and it happens to be on sale, I highly recommend all of it. Worth it for the edit parts and move bits alone, so that it fully opens the doors to any created wrestler or just created fighter from anything in the workshop, because some of those workshop creators just do some wild stuff with just the DLC parts alone, just the base game parts alone, or the now that you can create your own, it's just sky's the limit. Anyway, gotta find some more friendos. Okay, so I don't really give a hoot stats at this point. I'm just going for cheapy cheapies. Do we do one ladies match? Would be fun. Alex Coughlin. They're a New Japan young boy, I think, and they're American. Like their New Japan Strong program, which is their American dojo. Alright, just looking for somebody in the $500 range. I'm gonna try. Not Brian Malones, thank you. Brian Myers, we've done. I'm trying, again, maybe somebody new, but we have those to rely on, and I can look at those later. Oh, look at that, Punk and Cabana together again in the unemployment line. Well, they got matching gear without even trying. So if you ever wanted to reunite the Second City Saints, someone can take a crack at that. Oh, man. Once we start getting money in, can you imagine the roster we can build? Because the free agent pool out of North America alone is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying to get Darby on board. Hang on, did I do anything I need to save about first? Yeah, probably. Even if I didn't. Even if I was just perusing menus. Oh yes, I invited Mad Polly, so yeah. Alright, so Mad Polly's on board. Let's see if we can finally crack that nut. Come on, Darby! Mad Polly put in a good word for us. You're getting the same. No trans involved for either. I don't know, just not in this sort of event. Are they waiting until I have like a junior title to put on the line? Are you trying to big time me there, Darby? Alright, they get 3 strikes. So that's one. It's not going to go better, but we're wearing them down. Like that creep on that sitcom. Right. We've already got Mad Polly, right? Let's just double check that. If I go down here, yeah, they are. Unavailable to negotiate with, because we already landed that big fish. Come on, Darby. Come on, Darby! No. Alright, that's 2 strikes. I'm going to go for the 3rd, and then we're going to go through the whole thing all over again with Delirious. Maybe even try Stevie Ray again. I want names, yo! Cheap names! Here we go, one last time. Wouldn't it be wild if I just randomly said, hey, somebody from WWE, come on down. And they're like, sure, pay this extravagant fee. Looking at I have the assets to do like one really big, ridiculous guest for some reason, but it's not this. Oh, that's 3 from Darby, so I don't have to worry about them saying no anymore. Let's ask their good friend. These two, they must be talking to each other. Trying to get ahead of it. Oh, Drago, don't worry there, buddy. You'll get there. Everybody check out, here, let me plug your stuff. Kane Drago in the chat. It goes live Tuesday nights and Thursday nights with their own Fire Promoter universe, and it is fascinating to watch. If you think I am the go from the gut sort of heartfelt booker, he is, I don't want to say malicious, but he is a very savvy businessman when it comes to putting his shows together. Like just rake it in hand over fist. If we were in the same like if we were competing territories in North America, he would be steps ahead of me so far. But I'd have like the more devout underground following, I think. Anyway. Ah, Delirious. You break my heart. You break my heart, Delirious. Tuesdays and Thursdays, about the same time, right? Like 10 p.m., like it's late, like 8, 9, 10 p.m. Eastern, somewhere in there. Somewhere in your evenings. Quickest thing to do, or the easiest way to do it, is just go follow them and then don't turn off notifications, and you'll know when they go live. Okay. 2 more kicks at this Delirious can. 1 second. Seems to be a hooting and a hollering in the building. Let me mute this microphone for a few minutes. think the commotion is past. There we go. Okay, third kick at this Delirious can, or second? I can't remember. No, third. No. Number 2. Yeah, number 2. Alright, we're gonna give them the opportunity to say no one more time. I think it's gonna be the third. Sorry, I was distracted by, like I said. Maintenance in the building, so they have to come in and out of everyone's units. Load data. One last kick. This delirious fool. Point. Come on, buddy. And if we could afford Dusty, we'd throw $500 at Dusty easy. So weird. I don't know what sort of event they're holding out for then. Okay. This is always what I do. I give up on Delirious. Or I give up on going down once I fail at Delirious and I start going up. I gotta stick to my guns here. Stick to those guns. Oh. Motion continues. Hopefully it's not being picked up too much. I just need people to show up. I mean, better stats the better. C+, C+, C+. Isaiah Cassidy, come on down. You haven't hung out before. Ooh, you're very reasonably priced. Come on down, Isaiah Cassidy. Okay. Let's back up and save that now. All right. Invite one more friend, not from North America. Let's go to Latin America's 500 and up, or over 500, I should say. Jaili, come on down. Oh, one of those, huh? Look, I know I'm not gonna win, so I'm just not gonna bother. Just not this sort of event. If it was like, if they said, nah, but you're not offering me enough money, I would have been like, well, you're the one negotiating the price here. Do they have any other objection, or is it always? Okay, Isaiah Cassidy versus Kip Sabian in a match. How's that? Never mind for you as well. Hi, Kenny. Joseph Connors. Just random people that I vaguely remember from their, like, and by there I mean the WWE's, like, UK Championship. I don't want to bring you in because you're going to have some sort of weapon maneuver, aren't you? Because I've seen your work in All Japan. And this guy brings, like, a chain to the ring. Okay. Bruno? I mean, if I could. But I feel like you'd destroy everybody on my roster. What if we brought in a talent? Because we've just got a new permanent hire that has a lucha background. What if we bring them in? Ooh! Too expensive. Yeah, for the fact that you don't have any popularity in my country, too expensive. I don't want to bring Dragunov just because we've seen them before. Nothing against their work. In fact, it was fine. Back to Japan it is. Yohei, come on, Yohei. Let's do it, buddy. Come on down. Like, Mad Polly's already showing up. He needs somebody to travel next to. Come on, Yohei. Yeah, alright. Okay, so, just looking at my own. Oh, I didn't need to book that many people, did I? Oops, I have Carl Anderson waiting in the wings. Oops. Ah, I can afford to rest somebody else then. Who else was hurting? Alright, let me think about this. I'm not even sure. Okay. I got a lot of friends in. A lot of work I can do. Standard event. Let's go ahead and take care of our friends first. Because they populate the opening matches. Mad Polly, come on down. Free Agent Japan. Okay, so we got 4 people in after all. Oops, I booked too many. I think. I'm really bad at math right now. Okay, Mad Polly. I don't really have anybody for you to fight. That's why I was looking for folk. Yohei Cassidy or Carl Anderson. This to me is the most fun. It's like Isaiah Cassidy, I don't know why, but it is. But I'm fine putting against Carl Anderson. Look at that. In his most fun tights. There you go, that's more of just a showcase match for Mad Polly. Like, we got a friend in from Impact, and they can look at it like, oh, they're getting a squash match. because we're bringing somebody in off the roster that Carl Anderson probably thinks they're just going to bowl over. And Mad Polly, coming from his end, has been a frequent guest of the GWA, and unbeknownst to Carl Anderson and probably Polly themselves, will be offered a contract next month. So as far as Mad Polly knows, Carl Anderson is being brought in as enhancement talent to make Mad Polly look good. So let's see how this goes. Plus, Carl's got an orange nick, so I don't know. I don't think it's looking good for the machine gun. But all right, let's look at our next friends here. What else can we do? If I free up, oops, hang on. So I've got Free Agent Japan, and so I got Isaiah Cassidy and Yohei. So I'm definitely going to do Yohei Dragon Rojo Jr. because I think it's going to be, stylistically, it's going to look real fun in the ring. So, for this, who was I going to book? Hang on, so I put Mad Polly and Carl Anderson together. It still works out because I'm freeing up. I had Rojo versus David Houston penciled in. By penciled in, I mean written in my text file. But we're going from there. Yeah! I'm seeing a lot of positivity in the chat, and I love to see it. Good stuff. Alright, Dragon Rojo Jr. is now going to be facing Yohei. Yohei! I just realized, I was today years old when I figured out that Yohei is Scott Hall's catchphrase backwards. Okay, year 2. Can you imagine? I wonder, I've never like paid too close attention to Yohei's promos, but if he starts it with Yohei, that would be amazing. Okay. Oh yeah, Carl Anderson was in from Impact, so I gotta make note of that. Impact has sent us 2 people now. Carl Anderson. Oh, your name is so long, I must readjust my tabs. Oh dear. Oh dear. Year 2, month 03, Carl Anderson is coming in to help us out. Let's see, who else is here? Mad Polly is back, buddy. You're gonna be a guest no longer. I'm pretty sure they'll sign with us when we offer them a contract. As our 12th roster member. There's also like a built-in backstory because like his second look is him not in the Polly gear at all. It's him like whatever his actual identity is. I feel like there's a whole storyline built in with like Kobashi trying to bring out the real Mad Polly behind this facade, etc., etc. Anyway, that's all headcanon stuff. Who else came in? Oop. Movement maintenance going on still. Okay, so all of that to say, we're putting David Houston in a match with Isaiah Cassidy in our second contest. Okay, that's the other person that I forgot to write down is with us today. We're gonna go with the only... that one looks like it's actual gear. That one doesn't quite look like it's actual gear. That one looks more like gear. Let's go with that one. I'm trying to make an impression. Is Isaiah Cassidy, another free agent coming in? Okay. Run. Isaiah. My apologies for how long it takes to book these things these days. It's just, I'm updating all of these text files, or this text file, to keep track of everything better than last time. By last time, I mean the last generation of things. Hang on. Isaiah Cassidy versus David Houston now in match numero 2. Yohei's going to be playing de facto heel later. Okay, so now the 3 GWA matches I was actually going to book. We're going to have another rematch of sorts. Kenta Kobashi trying to be on a redemption tour, but hasn't been able to redeem themselves too well against opponents that have beaten them. So I'm going to try to do their best against El Tejano Jr. in the middle of your card. At this point, Kobashi building feuds with every heel on the roster. And now, as we said, here's our debuting talent. Up against... Cool, we're going to go with the default look because they're all colorful, but the default look is the most intricate, I think. There we go, against Dragon Rojo, our brand new face talent. And then in our main event, Also featuring GWA talent. Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. And Hangman Adam Page main eventing his first show. We'll see. We got a full house for sure. Was it full beforehand? Ooh, I got rid of 1,300 people. So, 1888 plus straight up 1,300 people. Okay. So we've got quite a few. Okay, so we at least have, well, let's see, 1833, I think, plus 1,300 people. Yeah. Yeah, almost 3,200. No, whatever. Expenses are low. Returns will be high. Sasquatch, Mr. Ref. Everyone was feeling good. We got our guests in place. We sold the place out. I'm tempted. How do I do on a 10,000 seater with no advertising set? Social media advertising, not that great. Okay, just checking. We'll get there when we get there. Oop, definitely sold that out. We only lose 126 people when we double the price. When we double the price again, we lose a ton more than that. But they're very willing to stick with us for 20 bucks a head. Okay, confirm that match card. That means we can produce some more merchandise. We can get ourselves 1,000 branded snackadoos. Okay, I don't know why we would need them for this. It's just an event. Eventually, once we get like a TV deal and stuff, I might change how I approach Fire Promoter in that, since it's only monthly events, that's sort of the end of a story in the sense that it's like, that would be, to me, be the pay-per-view payoff. And then, see, the thing is, how do I book TV then? Well, I just build the GWA in the offline, just exhibition mode, and just run matches. That way I can run TV. They don't get worn down at all, and then I only really have to worry about how banged up they are on the monthly shows, which is really what you'd be doing anyway, right? And we just pretend TV is pre-taped, and that's why it's like safer or whatever. Ooh, wheels are churning. So stick with us for the evolution of the GWA as we go forward. We're probably going to be booking TV in the exhibition mode and then drop into Fire Promoter for the pay-per-views once we get actual like TV coverage in Fire Promoter mode. Yeah! Alright, it's decided! I hath decreed. Awesome. Okay, let's save all that stuff. We got everybody in place. All of our management decisions have been made. We shall proceed. Hey, GR, what's going on? Lovely to see you. Shout out to the summer sale for being wild. Oh man, I can't wait to check it out then. Any stuff on the first day? Dot Hack Game Pack. Down to $9. Dark Souls 2 and 3, 75% off. Heck, yeah. Good stuff. Okay, so good day all around. Happy official beginning of summer, right? School is out, the Steam summer sale is on, and we are ready to proceed with our March show in year 2. 44,000 in expenses, so we're just gonna make maybe 16k, maybe 20 tops based on the overstuffing of the building, just on the gate, and then crossing my fingers that merchandise does well. See how we go. And also, let's cross our fingers that everybody shows up for work. We got 4 friends in. Oh no! Carl Anderson for personal reasons. Okay. Backing out. That's strike 1 for Carl Anderson. It's a 3 strikes and you're out policy, so if that happens twice more, I gotta live with it. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, so that's strike 1. Drum roll, please. Come on, Carl. Come on, Carl. Come on, show up for work. Oh no, this isn't looking good. I bet you it's just because he's so beat up. Either that or his wife caught him again. Ha ha ha. Alright. Ooh, that only costs us about 600 fans, so I'm willing to run the card without them. Like, I'm going to run the card without them if it comes to it. But this is it. This is Carl Anderson's last chance to get his crap together and show up for work. Oh, geez. You were an offer from Impact Wrestling, by the way, Carl Anderson. This puts me in a sour mood towards your entire promotion if you don't show up. This, like, really, management should be real mad at you for doing me dirty like this. If, for this third and final time, you do not show up for work, let's find out together. Yee! I can't watch. Oh, I'll just know by the sound. Okay. Okay. No! Everybody showed up for work. Okay. Third and final chance for Carl Anderson to pull it together, and he scrapes himself. Oh, scrapes himself into the opening contest. He must have gotten wind that Mad Polly was getting a contract offer later, or may have heard through the grapevine from some of the other talent that he wasn't quite in the pretty position he thought he was in. Who knows his reasons for not showing up the first 2 times, but we live in the universe where he did. So let's make sure to doubly save before we get down to the ring. Yowza! Okay. I got everything accounted for in terms of... Yep, card built. I like this, because I have my little text file where I can just do little match listings over and over, because I have all the previous results. Scroll down that real quick, see who works well together, get a general idea for people's records. I mean, I know Thomas Walker's record when he gets back into competition. Pretty darn good. Something in like 2. Like 7 or 8 and 2. Something like that. But I can also, like, book ahead of time. So I got something we're building toward next month. That's why you don't see our champion, Matt Robinson, on this card, nor Mickey Williams, who is hurting and also holds a pinfall victory over Matt Robinson. Stay tuned to our next month's show. The main event implications therein. Kapow! Let me get myself out of the way, though, as we get down to the ring for our first matchup. Machine Gun Carl Anderson got on the card by the skin of his teeth up against soon-to-be regular Mad Polly in her opening contest. Let's get this crowd fired up, shall we, Polly? Do your thing. As always, the creature on feature, the senior official here in the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot calling for the bell, and we are underway. Carl Anderson, former finalist in the G1 Climax tournament, looking to establish himself early here. One half of the Good Brothers tag team, currently in Impact Wrestling, currently farting around AEW from time to time. Early pin attempt yields nothing there. Mad Polly, excuse me. He's a Mad Pally to all, is Mad Polly. Starting to clubber on Carl Anderson. Mad Polly has impressed. He uses every bit of his 300 to 350 pound frame, hurling his body's opponents to great effect. Also has an impressive array of power moves at his disposal. Nothing too fancy out of Mad Polly, but like we said, this is what he has to great advantage. As you see a nice powerful slam there, sending Carl Anderson spilling to the floor, and he's quickly quick to roll back into the ring and be sent immediately back to the floor. I was going to say Carl Anderson must be aware that there are no countouts or disqualifications outside the GWA ring. Mad Polly just laughing at the man. One of our guests here, Mad Polly, a guest himself. Carl Anderson has only heard tell how dangerous it can get outside the ring. As you have to experience it firsthand. As the contest continues within the confines of the squared circle here. Nice backbreaker slam there. Mad Polly couldn't quite get him over the ropes, so it bounced him off them. Not enough of it to go for a cover, but no count. Says senior official Mr. Bigfoot, and the two men are content to slug it out in the center of the ring. Mad Polly getting the better of that exchange. Stomps away the midsection now. Another big slam. Mad Polly establishing himself early here at the 5-minute mark. Looking to get the overall offensive advantage. And we see Carl Anderson's trying to climb that hill. Whoop. Polly ducks the clothesline. Nice Vader attack in the corner, just clubbing blows to the each side of Carl Anderson's head there. And another pair from Polly. Nice football tackle to the back of Carl Anderson, shoving him forward into the canvas. Just rattling the spine of the machine now. Can only seem to fire off that suplex in response to the offensive onslaught of a Mad Polly. String some stuff together here. Nice side slam there out of Carl Anderson. But again, cut off and a nice backbreaker slam into the ropes from Polly, who climbs to the top. Big splash. Mr. Bigfoot's got no choice but to break that up. There, Finally, Carl Anderson gets what he was looking for. Mad Polly out on the floor. As we said, no count or DQ here. Looks like the machine gun is going to have to resort to slightly underhanded tactics. Get back into this one as he centers Mad Polly on that unprotected part of the ring. Mad Polly getting his wits about him. Oh, big Samoan drop to Carl Anderson from Mad Polly in and amongst the crowd. Ducks a huge clothesline, does Anderson. And he rolls back to the safety of the ring. Try to play a little cat and mouse there with Polly. Polly having none of it. Another impressive slam, and off the ropes he comes this time. Oh, big double stomp. 300 pounds to the chest of Carl Anderson. Doing his best to try to fend Mad Polly off after that big suplex. Nicely done. European uppercut. Carl Anderson in response to getting a double stomp to the lungs. Oh! Flurry of offense, but it might be short-lived here. Fighting back to his feet, but you can see he's already dazed, and Mad Polly, sensing weakness. Oh! Gets reversed. Nice powerbomb counter by Anderson. Does it! Carl Anderson with a surprise roll-up. Powerbomb counter out of nowhere. Gets the win for the Impact Star. All right. I mean, apparently they called it a small package hold. That was definitely sort of a sunset flip pin counter out of a power bomb, but excellent wrestling ability there out of Carl Anderson, catching Mad Polly napping. Mad Polly thought he had him stacked up. Got stacked himself. Yeah, GRU or Mad Polly, neither of you saw that one coming. Myself included. All right. 86, pretty decent, considering the condition of Carl Anderson's neck going into that one. Okay, so next up we have another guest, Isaiah Cassidy, in from the free agent pool, taking on David Houston. Some junior heavyweight action coming your way. Let's see how Cassidy does as I quickly update my text files. Let me know if this match plays differently or looks a little differently or doesn't run as smoothly, because I don't have the Fire Pro game in focus. I'm currently looking at text files. It will help me for future instances where I might need to be producing myself whilst I play this game. You know, next week perhaps. Okay. I mean, both instances of it running on OBS seems to be running smoothly. I don't know if stream's getting hurt or anything like that. Quick Lama, he's thrown a ton there by David Houston, looking to make short work of Isaiah Cassidy. It only yields a 1 count though. Live action here as I've got Fire Pro in the main window. As Isaiah Cassidy ascending to the heavens there as a result of that bow and arrow submission. Nice float over DDT by Cassidy. Interesting offense from the young man. David Houston again cutting him off. A savvy veteran of the GWA at this point. Oh dear. There's that vicious seated dragon sleeper. Just fighting Cassidy back to the canvas as the anti-gravity kid. Cassidy's first exposure both to the GWA talent and fan base, looking to win over one and defeat the other. Cassidy sends Houston up the ropes, and he bats away what was a nice looking drop kick, but seems to have telegraphed that maneuver, and David Houston maintains his advantage with a beautiful enziguri there. Up top he goes. Big splash, but too close to the ropes. That's going to get broken up. Head scissor takeover, fires Isaiah Cassidy into the corner, and David Houston waits for him to stand. Missile drop kick to the chest from Houston, and a flipping drop kick under the chin. Impressive athleticism from the anti-gravity kid. Oh, but a little mistimed action there. Seems to be blaming Isaiah Cassidy for it, now appealing to the crowd. It's Houston who goes up top for a beautiful moonsault into the cover. Cassidy just rolls the shoulder at 2.9. You can't get any closer than that. Cassie's got quite the mountain to climb to get back into this one. He's got to start soon if he wants to do anything at all. And Houston. Oh, beautiful swanton from Cassidy. Both men down, but Houston back to his feet just ahead of Isaiah. Oh, rolling soul butt catches him in the midsection. Houston driving the rest of the air out of Isaiah Cassidy with that moonsault to the back. Oh, can't quite get the timing right on that next move. Isaiah Cassidy has a go, but gets reversed. Satellite head scissor takeover from David Houston into the amazing red. Cassie able to fend him off before he can go for a pin attempt. But gets reversed once more. Oh, drop kick low, but Cassidy fends it off. Houston plants him with a suplex. Oh dear. Oh, the upper kick. And then a moonsault press. Pin 1, 2, 3. That was academic after that. Just knocking Cassidy smooth out. David Houston making relatively short work of our friend Isaiah Cassidy in their GWA debut. Don't know that we're extending another invitation. Start performing a bit better than that. Yeah, so far not our best show, but we're above 80, so it's okay. I'm happy if the talent takes it easy a little bit. I'm assuming, I don't know if this is true, I have no evidence to back this up, but I'm assuming, and I've said this before, if like the match rating is lower, it means they're not doing as much in the match, and that to me translates to they're not getting as hurt, they're not wearing themselves down as much. But I don't know if that's true. I'm okay with that if they want to take like, I don't mean like take a month off, but like if they want to take it easy every once in a while, because you know I don't want them to get burnt out. But we'll see. We'll see what the numbers mean later. Okay, let me get myself out of the way. Boink. Let's get us back to the ring. So, we do have one more guest coming up later, but they're hopefully going to showcase our new signee. Wouldn't it be a hoot? And he says, jinxing it now. Wouldn't it be a hoot if Yohei defeated Dragon Rojo Jr.? Either way, as long as it's a good match, I don't give a good gosh darn. All right, Kenta Kobashi again on their tour of I don't want to say revenge, but they're trying to avenge some losses. And I haven't been doing too good of a job of it. Once more, onto the breach they go with El Tejano Jr. As I update my text file right quick. David Houston coming over and winning it against our guest Isaiah Cassidy. Got another respectable 86%. 86%. Okay, save that. And we are underway here. El Tejano Jr. sent to the floor early by Kenta Kobashi. More of a statement move than anything else, as you see him just sort of adjust his wrists afterward. Try to lure him up to the floor after. Didn't quite work. Big shoulder block absorbed by El Tejano Jr. Responds with the body slam to Kenta and sends him off the ropes. Scores with a clothesline. Test of strength between the two men. Kobashi able to win that. Again, another body slam from Tejano. Trying to establish the offensive momentum early in the matchup. Might not be the most impactful moves at the start of the contest, but you can get a pattern of them developed. Getting that rhythm going. It's going to be hard for your opponent to break it. Nice suplex there, but Kobashi rolling through. Yeah, a nice takeover there. Oof, short arm clothesline from El Tejano, drops Kobashi. Now a second suplex sends him out of the ring and follows him up, but Kobashi wisely rolling back inside, doesn't want any outside the ring shenanigans, at least not yet. Back and forth they go, punches and chops. Tejano had Kobashi pinned in the corner there, couldn't really back away, had to take the full force of those punches to the face. And now Tejano going to work on chops in the corner. Trying to pin the big man down. Off the ropes comes El Tejano Jr. Nice shoulder tackle, takes down Kobashi. Back into the corner he's sent. He's got a counter for it though. Nice suplex sending Tejano to the floor. Kobashi follows him up, but Tejano thinks better of the outside the ring shenanigans, at least without the advantage, as he sends Kobashi tumbling to the floor. Now Tejano's game. to play outside. Oh, there they are, the unprotected part of the floor there, right in amongst the crowd. The jam-packed audience seeing that beautiful black hole slam to Kobashi from El Tejano, who does his best not to go hurtling into the crowd. Oh, Tejano having to do the same. Both men trying to knock the other off kilter. Deliver more devastating offense here on the unprotected section of the floor. Oh, scooped up into an air raid crash. Tejano planting Kobashi on that wood. That's just wood plating, or yeah, that's just wood sectioning over concrete floor here in this gym. Oh, hit a nice suplex there. Thankfully, Kobashi landing on the padding. Oh, vicious chops to the side of the head, buying Kobashi some time. Trying to usher Tejano back into the ring. Just to send it back out to the floor is Kobashi. Oh, back to those chops. Kobashi trying to fight his way back to an even footing here. Oh, again working the neck. Tejano trying to get back on top. Oh dear. Orange crush on the floor from Kobashi. Tejano rolls right through and hits a black hole slam. Grabs a chair from under the ring now. Swings across the midsection of Kenta Kobashi. There are no DQs or countouts, but there are burning hammers outside the GWA ring. And then a brainbuster onto the chair. Oh, Kobashi putting the hurt to Tejano on the floor. Tejano trying to get some respite in the ring, but Kobashi quick to follow up. Bowls Tejano over on that spinebuster attempt. Drops a big leg off the ropes. Kobashi can press this offense. He can put Tejano away, but Tejano tried to stop the momentum with a couple of clotheslines. Able to fend Kobashi off for now. May have given Tejano enough time to recover after that beautiful burning hammer and then a brainbuster on the floor. Oh! Sleeper suplex to Tejano Jr. Picks him up. No! Countered! Plenty of fight left in Tejano, it seems. Once again slamming Kobashi to the floor, but this time Tejano's trying to catch his breath. Kobashi's trying to deny him that opportunity. Up top he goes! Moonsault from Kobashi. 1, 2! Kick out at 2. Oh, burning lariat! Drags him away from the ropes. Pin the man, Kobashi. Oh, pulls him back to his feet where we thought he was out. Tejano hits him with an air raid crash once more. Kobashi back to his feet before he can make the pin, but he gets booted back down. Hooks the leg too. No! Kobashi out. Drops Tejano with a DDT. The action coming fast and furious now as both men are trading heavy bombs, looking for that knockout shot. Kitchen sink knee lift to Tejano. Scoops him up for another air raid crash. Into the cover. 1, 2. Kobashi out at 2. Back and forth they go. Another strike battle. Kobashi with a chop across the chest, or excuse me, the face. But he gets scooped up for another air raid crash. Tejano going back to that well because it ain't run dry. 2. Kobashi out at 2 again. Tejano obviously trying to soften up the head and neck of Kenta Kobashi with that Tornado Tejas. If this black hole slam doesn't do the trick. 1, 2. Kobashi out at 2 again. These two titans of the GWA fighting on. The first 2 hires in our company's history. Oh, gets dropped by Kobashi with a brainbuster, but Tejano at first, I couldn't believe my eyes. And he rolled through that huge brainbuster, and now he steals the burning hammer from Kenta Kobashi. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. El Tejano Jr. pins Kenta Kobashi with his own move. Oh my goodness gracious me. The disrespect. When Kenta Kobashi regains consciousness, he is going to be furious. Good Lord. That match could have gone either way toward the end, but sealing the deal is El Tejano Jr. lifting Kobashi's own finishing maneuver to do it. Dropping him on his head with that burning hammer. Wowzers. That was awesome. Okay. And a 98%. A heck of a match. Not the greatest for the win-loss record of Kenta Kobashi, but if he's going to turn into our Tommy Dreamer, putting on 5-star matches and just sort of having, like, you know, a pretty even win-loss record, cool with that. Like the lovable mascot of the GWA, Kenta Kobashi, going out there trying to beat people to death. Hanging in there as best they can. Alright, speaking of hanging in there, this is a lot of pressure for our new hire. I just realized they are in the semi-main event tonight. Dragon Rojo Jr., highly touted new signee, coming in against a guest, an unproven guest at that, Yohei, formerly of the Pro Wrestling Noah promotion, signed with us today as a Japanese freelance competitor. Ooh, definitely the 98 bumped us into an overall 90, so thank you for anchoring the quality of the card here so far. Let's see how Dragon Rojo Jr. does in their debut as the latest GWA talent. A game called Wanking Simulator is currently on Steam Summer Sale. What a bargain, no matter the price. We are underway here, and senior official Mr. Bigfoot has rung the bell. Dragon Rojo Jr. in the red and yellow. Yohei in the black and purple attire. Multicolored hair from Yohei as well. Neither of these competitors has set foot in a GWA ring before, but as we said, sight unseen, Dragon Rojo Jr. was signed by the office. So trial by fire it is in your semi-main event today. Impressive fundamentals so far out of both competitors. Nice headbutt there out of Dragon Rojo Jr. Now we're starting to see some additional aggression. Looks like they chose their outfit in honor of our primary sponsor, Burning Hammer Energy Drinks. When you need a bit of a pick-me-up, try yourself a Burning Hammer. Not the Burning Hammer that Kenta Kobashi just suffered at the hands of El Tejano Jr. mind. A delicious and refreshing can of Burning Hammer Energy Drink. Oh, nice forearm there to the jaw of Dragon Rojo Jr. If that dimmed the lights, a Burning Hammer would surely perk them up. Both men just slapping the taste out of the other's mouth there. Yohei with a beautiful moonsault, but too close to the ropes there. Not quite used to the geography of the GWA ring, and here goes Dragon Rojo to the top for the first time. Oh! Misses what would have been a devastating guillotine leg drop. Seemed to almost hang in midair there. Trying to hit his target, but Yohei able to get out of the way. Into a quick cover, gets a no count from Senior Sasquatch, the creature on feature. The senior official here, as you stroll down the gnarly wrestling aisle, and we couldn't be happier to have you with us. Oh, duck underneath. Rojo. Oh, nice, into the rings of Saturn. Love that submission. Can't say Yohei's a big fan at the moment. Able to fight his way free. Nice counter there by Dragon Rojo Jr. And now a single leg crab trying to slow things down. Well, the man gets his bearings. I don't know if either have faced each other in international competition before. Nice small package attempt here by Rojo. 2 count only. The crowd appreciates the technical ability of Dragon Rojo to this point. He's looking to the crowd for more. On top he goes. Diving double stomp to the lower back and glutes of Yohei. Rolls him over into the cover. Much more difficult to kick out when you can't kick your legs, but Yohei manages to do so at 2. Go throw your whole core into that one. Out of the way. Oh, I'm not. Boink. There we go. Let me get out of the way. Oof. Beautiful extension on that flipping drop kick from Yohei. We see a number of very athletic drop kicks on the show tonight. Must have seen David Houston in action earlier. Anything you can do, I can do better. Love to see that sort of challenge in it amongst the talent here in the GWA. Each upping their game to outperform the other. Dragon Rojo Jr. looking to put on the performance of a lifetime in their GWA debut here. Yohei looking to spoil that party. Perhaps make a name for themselves in front of the GWA audience. Another huge diving double foot stomp from Dragon Rojo Jr. and he's back to the top to do it again. Trying to line up Yohei for something. Oh, he's able to keep him away from the ropes in the pin attempt, but just two. Again, pressing into the chest of Yohei, this time with his hands. And now waiting for the man to stand. Beautiful tope over the rope. What a dive. Catches him flush and follows it up with a nice suplex. Reminder, no countouts or DQs on the floor. The fight will continue until both competitors return to the ring. Rojo playing it up for the crowd once more and then attempting a small package. Interesting strategy whilst on the floor. Yohei able to turn it into a snap suplex of his own. Missing a drop kick though is Yohei. Trying to fight his way back. No even playing field. Slapped down to the canvas though by Dragon Rojo Jr., who once again hits that double stomp to the back, but too close to the ropes. That pin tap's gonna get broken up. The two men again slapping each other across the face. And then a drop kick battle that Dragon Rojo Jr. comes out on the winning side of. Set off the ropes though. Yohei gets the last laugh of that beautiful flipping drop kick. Oh, set off the ropes once more. Big spine buster. Yohei will not be denied though. Another snap suplex. Will not let Dragon Rojo Jr. get more than a move or two off in a row. I mean, one move in a row is usually his average. Before he gets right back onto the attack is Yohei. Another nice small package from Dragon Rojo Jr. 2 count there. Crowd appreciating his resilience. And now Yohei creating some time and space by sending Dragon Rojo Jr. to the floor. Beautiful drop kick there from Yohei. Super kick under the chin by Dragon Rojo Jr. Caught Yohei unawares. Now follows it up with a couple of chops and back into the rings of Saturn. Nicely done, and that is it. Dragon Rojo Jr. plays it safe. Nothing too fancy. Got his men down. Tried to separate his shoulders with that rings of Saturn. Your winner in their GWA debut, Dragon Rojo Jr. All right. Oh, the Nagata Lock 3, excuse me. I mean, that's a Rings of Saturn if I ever saw it, but sure, the Nagata Lock 3. Not the best match on the card, but whatever. It was a win for our boy. Thank you very much. Yohei doesn't have very good stats. I was hoping Dragon Rojo would just sort of overpower them and like put all their stuff on display, and that would be the way it would go. I'm very happy that that was over 80, to be quite honest. Now, I might have higher hopes for our main event, because we're going to see what I believe is a first ever matchup between Hangman Adam Page and the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. Adam Page being a very recent signee here in the GWA. Their first attempt at a main event. More trial by fire, as we have some of our heavy hitters currently unavailable due to injury or resting up for matches down the road. Big debut win for Dragon Rojo. Let's see how Adam Page fares in their first GWA main event against somebody who's used to the spotlight, the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, against the Hangman Adam Page, coming up right now. Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell and we are underway. Oh, early spinebuster attempt there, thwarted by Jack Howard. So Adam Page starts to work on the arm. Howard shows he's got a lot of power left in it with a couple of quick arm whips. Showing the GWA newcomer what it's like to be at the top of the heap here across 2 generations of the gnarly wrestling aisle. I wonder if he maintains any sort of like genetic memory from the other Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, who spent so much time at the top of the card. In another lifetime. Another universe, some would say, before we retconned it all. I guess that's maybe the Silver Age? Perhaps? In GWA competition? Both of these men looking to go for gold, however. To impress both the GWA brass and the fan base in the main event of our first show of the day here. Starting out. Relatively slow pace. Both men trading heavy blows, though. Nice uppercuts, but he is chopped down to the canvas. Is Hangman Page. Oh, nicely done there. Able to forearm Jack Howard over the ropes, but can't follow it up on the floor. Gets control back in the ring with a nice butterfly suplex, does the Hangman. Jack Howard responds with a suplex of his own that sends Page to the floor. Page wisely rolls back inside. Knows all too well, but there are no countouts or DQs outside of a GWA ring. Nicely dodges that top rope elbow. Does Adam Page. Howard maintaining his advantage as best he can. Nice counter there from the Hollywood Hunk. That Page rolls through. Pile driver from Hangman Adam Page. It's some old Texas wrestler-ish. Most of them were cowboys. Taking him outside the ring and then continuing the fight here. Page getting the better of him so far. Nice forearm there for the Hollywood Hunk. Back to work on the shoulder goes Page. Drops him with a complete shot, face first into the canvas. Has to take a back bump of his own though. He powers through. Responding by shoving him into the corner and just booting him in the midsection as much as he can. Diving fist drop to the glutes. Right to the bum bum there. Goes the Hollywood Hunk. Luckily he didn't have a finger pointed out or that could have been disastrous. And Page with another pile driver. Follows it up with a stiff shot to the back of the head, dropping the Hollywood Hunk to the canvas. And now dead level just like that. Howard immediately back to his feet. Must have sensed it was curtains if he didn't. But Adam Page undaunted, right back to the attack. Howard having to slow things down.
Give up.
With a quick headlock that Adam Page fights his way free from. Another butterfly suplex. Hollywood Hunk in a world of hurt here. Adam Page looking real good. Oh no! I may have spoken too soon as triple Germans from the Hollywood Hunk, but he's got to break the pin attempt. That's the only thing that may have saved Hangman Adam Page there. And once again drops Jack Howard with a suplex. Off the ropes he sends him down. Big clothesline turns him inside out into the cover. 1, 2, no! Hollywood Hunk rolls the shoulder just in the nick of time, and this match continues. Sends Page off the ropes and hits him with a clothesline of his own. Seems to signal for the end here. Could be looking for that rating spike. Just another forearm. Oh, butterfly with a bridge. 2. No! Hangman Adam Page just rolls his shoulder. A couple of near falls, one for each gentleman. In recent moments here in this matchup, Page with a nice lariat to the back of the head. And then spikes him again with a pile driver in the center of the ring. Howard immediately back to his feet. Gets dropped with another clothesline off the ropes again. 2 in a row from Page. Howard fends him off though. What resilience from the Hollywood Hunk, who goes up top. Diving fist drop to the glutes once more. Really working the butt is Jack Howard in this one. He likes to hit that rating spike out of the corner into the center of the ring. No, going back to those rolling Germans where he's well away from the ropes for the pin. 1, 2, no! Hangman Page rolls out at 2.9 once again. Beautiful twisting power slam into a pin off the ropes by Howard, but too close to them. Dead level! Into the cover for Page. 1, 2, 3. Adam Page hits the dead level and pins the Hollywood Hunk Jack Howard in your main event. What an impressive showing for the GWA newcomer, and what a match. Really built towards something toward the end there. Yeah, good enough. Oh, sorry, the dead eye. I thought it was the dead level. Oh, the dead level was, oh, frig. The dead level, let me get on cam for this bit of wrestling nonsense. The dead eye is Hangman Page's move. The dead level was Kid Cash's Brainbuster. Alright. I'm old. I know old things. There's nothing wrong with that. The dead eye. My apologies to Hangman Adam Page. Okay. 86. Pretty solid. 88 overall. I mean, the show would have gone back in time, let's say that. Adam Page defeating Jack Howard in your main event. A solid 86% on that. Okay, we got some real good news, whether they announce it or not. But once I hit end event and we advance a month, I'm pretty sure we're getting G1 Championship Series winner Thomas Walker will be returning to the fold, as will Bill Bullock, the man who defeated him in the ensuing tournament. We might put those two against each other, both coming fresh off of injury. Let's see if they injure each other again. That would be hilarious. That wouldn't be hilarious, but it would be very interesting. Okay. I know we could technically run a bigger venue, but I really want us to get to the point where, like, they demand that we fill the 10,000 seat arena. Even at $10 to start with would be great. Oh, some new CMLL tag champs. Some new Big Japan Junior tag champs. Good for you guys. Averno is the new AAA champion. Congratulations, Averno. Some new Noah GHC tag team champions. Some new Legends Junior champions. Man, Donovan Morgan's got like a lock in a lot of those junior belts. 41 grand we made. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. NXT's doing a singles tournament. Noah's doing a singles tournament. Okay. Anybody want to hang out? Anybody get offered? Or Carl put in a good word for us at Impact? Yeah, buddy. Thomas Walker's out of the hospital. Bill Bullock is out of the hospital. Jon Moxley quit AEW. Oh my. Huge free agent. Huge free agent. We're not going to be able to afford them in any way, shape, or form. Let's go look, though. Just let me go look at that immediately. Our free agent pool. Woof. $23,000. But look at that popularity. Wow. That's a big free agent. That's a big bad free agent for sure. Yowzers. Okay. Okay. So we're not good enough to scout yet. Let's go check our training center and such. There we go. Really needed that sandbag and medicine ball. Okay. What else do we need or have? Grappling dummy. Do I not have that yet? Goodness. Yeah, expansion. Why is it level 0? Oh, I don't have one. Level 1, level nothing. Okay. Here we go. Check it out, guys. I got us a grappling dummy. Okay. So a little bit of upgrade there. How we do merchandise-wise? Yeah, buddy. So, we'll definitely make this. Like, that's just a given. Whether or not we make the branded snacks, we'll check. Depending on where we run. But if we're in the 3,000 seater, I think we'll be okay. Our contracts we bring in... I forgot about this. Our contracts we bring in $8,300 a month. Not too shabby. We don't have any broadcast contracts yet, so I don't have to worry about our new booking strategy. That's probably, like, you know, even if we end up getting a broadcast contract offer today, and if it's just local TV, I'll consider those, like, once a month we get a local television special. Once we get, like, national television, I feel like those are pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Plus, I want to make sure that it happens well after the A1 Climax. And you know what? Speaking of the A1 Climax, did you know that we announced the competitors in the B block? If you did not see that, I've got some exciting... Boink! Let me just mute that. I've got some exciting news that I can share. Hang on one second. Boink! Where would I put them? Oh yes, all my fun renders. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to be back on the other side of this. Okay, let's see if this works. If I mute this and then hit this cut button, let's see if this happens. Hello Fracas friends, Rad Gnarly here in the GWA Event Center to announce the B-Block participants for the inaugural A1 Climax, headed your way in less than 2 weeks on July the 1st at 12 PM Eastern on twitch.tv/radgnarly42. Now let's take a look at some of the wrestlers taking part in the B-Block.
He is one of the most outspoken and controversial figures in wrestling history. An unpredictable brawler who was rarely beaten. Just when you think you have the answers, he changes the questions. He is Rowdy Roddy Piper. He has one of the highest in-ring IQs in wrestling today. Holding championship gold across the globe, he is a defender of right both in and outside of the ring. He is the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. He is an amateur wrestling gold medalist in the 1950 British Empire Games. Augmenting his fundamentals with a vicious temper, this notoriously violent cheat is a 5-time AWA World Heavyweight Champion. He is Mad Dog Maurice Vachon. He is the innovator of one of the most imitated moves in wrestling today. This 20-year veteran spent their entire career anchoring the most exciting division in the sport. A good friend of his told me he has a 141 2/3 chance of winning this tournament. He is Maple Leaf Muscle P.T. Williams. With 3 decades of experience in major promotions around the world, he is one of the biggest wrestling stars of all time. He won the first of his 7 world championships by defeating Steve Austin and The Rock on the very same night. If he can break the code, he can save us, Y2J. He is Chris Jericho.
Some impressive names added to the pool there, and we still have 5 more to reveal. Before we do, though, I'd like to remind everyone that we are honored to be holding the A1 Climax tournament for the benefit of the Gord Downie and Shani Wenjack Fund, an organization founded to create cultural understanding and a path toward reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. We encourage you to visit their website at downeywenjack.ca for more information and suggestions on how you can get involved. Speaking of involvement, we have the last 5 entries in the A1 Climax to reveal, so without any further ado, let's roll that tape.
He is one of the first athletes to transition from the gridiron of professional football to the squared circle of professional wrestling, culminating in a 3-year reign as NWA World Heavyweight Champion and an eventual induction into their Hall of Fame. He is Canada's greatest athlete, Gene Knitsky. He has been draped in gold his entire career, including 11 runs as a World Heavyweight Champion. Despite lasting decades in the ring and in front of the camera, you only think you know him. He is the rated R superstar, Edge. He is a household name in the country of Mexico, where he spent the majority of his career collecting trophies and traumas. An innovative in-ring tactician, he has never been afraid to go his own way. He is the Canadian Casanova, El Vampiro. He is one of the most successful tag team competitors of the 1980s. Many have speculated that his single success was held back by his own extraordinary arrogance. This former AWA champion is looking for his chance to shine once more. He is the model, Rick Martel. His former longtime employer called him the most credible champion in his company's history. A ring general the likes of which has rarely been matched, he earned 7 world championships during his career. He is the best there is, was, or ever will be. He is Bret Hitman Hart.
An incredible array of talent across both blocks. I cannot wait to get underway, and we do hope you'll be able to join us in less than 2 weeks on July the 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/radgnarly42 as we proudly present the inaugural A1 Climax for the benefit of the Gord Downey and Channy Wenjack Fund. That'll do it for this edition of the Event Center. So for all of us here at the GWA, this is Rad Gnarly saying so long, everybody! Bing bonk. There, we're back. There, for those that were unaware, that's the B block participants. We already announced the A block last week, and I have another ad. I'm not going to run it here, but I have another ad that's about 2 minutes long that just basically goes over what the A1 Climax will be and all the participants and all the pertinent information that I'll be playing during each of my streams next week, leading up to next Thursday, which is, of course, the A1 Climax in and of itself. And I don't know if this has hit international news yet, but there was breaking news just today that another 750 unmarked graves were discovered on the site of a residential school in Saskatchewan. And after an earlier report, or a report earlier this year of 250 graves or remains being found in Kamloops, British Columbia, it is just indicative that this problem and our reckoning with our past, or reconciling with our past, is going to get worse before it gets better. So if you are able to, please join us for the A1 Climax, and if you are so inclined, please give generously to the Gord Downey and Channy Wenjack Fund, so at least the proper people can help guide us to what to do next with all the news coming out. All right, I don't know what reconciliation means, like what that looks like. Smarter people than me will have to have those discussions and come to a consensus, but I'm very much willing to be part of the process as much as we can. Okay, and that involves our charity stream on July the 1st. So please join us at noon Eastern. Special early start time as well. Okay, let me just save, just because. Management, training center done. Merchandise, we at least did the goods. We'll do the other thing once we finalize our event itself. Let's check how our wrestlers are doing. Okay, doing good. Are you feeling good, buddy? Everyone says they're good. Some of them are normal. I might do... Tehana already faced Paige. But I got 11 people. I might do a 5-match card and put the people that are most busted up on either end of a tag team. Sitch. Alright, we'll see how this goes. First, we're going to, we're going to save. And we're going to go to Human Resources, and we're going to offer that contract. Mad Polly, my man, you have been working your butt off for us. Would you like to join the team? How do you feel about coming on board, Mad Polly? I mean, for the stats that you have, we can work on your popularity, but they're already like B and a B, you know? Let's do it. Come on down, buddy. I don't think they like as much. Are you sure? We don't even have to take them to that fancy of a place to eat. I'm not gonna lowball. I'm just gonna middle of the road. You've earned 10 months salary in advance. You poor slob. Wait, we're only paying them $500? Oh my, you're getting cheated. But that's fine. $5,000. There's no way they say no. So I'm gonna try to short them first. There's no way they say no. Yeah, there's no way they say no. That's like, there's no way they would have said no. Welcome aboard, Mad Polly. They don't like us much. Yeah, they don't like us much. You mean us? No, yes, they don't like us much. Welcome aboard, Mad Polly. A guest no more. Our 12th of 12 roster members. That is our maxed out roster so far. So, building on the default roster, like the people that we start with, these fictional wrestlers, well, I mean, they're all fictional wrestlers, but the fictional wrestlers of David Houston, Jack Howard, Bill Bullock, Matt Robinson, our current champion, Thomas Walker and Bill Bullock fresh back from injury, and Mickey Williams, your #1 contender. We have added Kenta Kobashi out of Japan, El Tejano Jr. out of the Latin territories, Dave Mastiff from Europe, Hangman Adam Page from the Americas. We went back to the Latin territories for Dragon Rojo Jr., and then we went back to Japan to sign Mad Polly. So I think our next two hires are going to be Europe and then America again. So we're going to build ourselves an international roster and then eventually branch out into international competition and see if we can't take over the wrestling world. Okay, so no one's gone on expedition. We don't have any room or time for that. Let's at least save. We got 12 people, all of which can be used on a show. I can put 6 matches on a card now. Let's see what we can do. I don't need to invite anybody. Ooh. I don't need to loan anything. I'm not doing any cross promotions. Is there a way? There's got to be a way. Hang on. Records and help. Let me take the personal advice on trust. Thomas Walker. Thomas Walker. Okay, so Thomas Walker. And thank you to Kane Drago for letting me know that I should occasionally check that. So before he even gets wind that we're, you know what, we're real. I'm not even making $1,000. I can pay everybody at least $1,000. There you go, buddy. Super big raise. That's for acing the entire G1, or sorry, not G1, the GWA Championship Series, buddy. You deserve it. I don't agree with the way that you performed in the majority of your matches, but I cannot argue with the results. Okay, so anybody else? Oops, that's the wrong thing. See, I think a consultation more than anything else. Matt? Okay, Champ wants money. No problem. You deserve it as well. Okay, you're already making 1,000. 1,300. 1,300. Anybody else? This is all the cost of doing business. We want to keep everybody happy. Records and help. Personal advice. Kenta! Kenta's already making a bunch of money. Alright, gotta nip this stuff in the bud, yo. Kenta! Oh! Do not forget to hydrate. And so we shall. Alright, GR, thanks very much for hanging out. As you did. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you can join us next week for the G1, or excuse me, the A1 Climax tournament. It is going to be bonkers. I have simulated the tournament 5 times on my own, and I will tell you that all 5 times it was a different matchup in the finals, which meant a different winner every single time. So it is anybody's contest. All right, you're already making over $3,000, so you're getting an itty bitty raise. Itty bitty raise for you. Itty bitty raise for you. Personal advice. Okay, everyone seems okay now. Save. Big expenses, but that's okay because I think we're going to try to book a bigger event or a bigger venue if we can get all 6 matches rocking. Okay, American Urban, how much? 30 grand for the 5,000 seater, huh? Brutal. If we fill it, we make 100 grand though. Okay, title match. In his first defense, the man who just beat him in a singles contest. Hydrate's a good way to make sure they test chat. Well, I'll hydrate myself again. Okay. Yeah, but Kane, if you get $100 worth of like, no, if you're spending $100, you're getting like $1,000 worth of games. So much the better. Tiny sip of water. There you go, buddy. Hydration. Save some of those for next week, pal. I'll need one every like hour or two. Okay. Mickey Williams. I have a sneaking suspicion. I don't know. This is huge because I have a sneaking suspicion Mickey Williams is going to walk out with the title. But that's okay. But that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. We'll be okay. I'm just updating my text file, don't mind me. Alright, so Thomas Walker and Bill Bullock are both back. The last match Thomas Walker had was against Bill Bullock. kind of ruined his GWA Championship Series victory, essentially, because that was the 1 seed versus the 8 seed, and the 8 seed upset the 1. I think for this comeback, I think I'm gonna have them face each other. I think it's what I need to do. It is going to be a bloody top of the card, for sure. All right, Mad Polly, official roster member, welcome aboard. Putting you in your customary opening slot. Put you there against. Let's put Dave Mastiff there against you. Yeah, default look Dave Mastiff. And then I gotta, ooh dear, I gotta put 3,500 people into these next 2 matches. Okay, best thing I can possibly do, so let's get... Oh, actually I'm not doing it right, am I? Hang on. Yeah, I'm not doing the second match, actually. Wait, I have 3 I can do. So yeah, we got 6 today. Okay. Poink. Alright, so... Jackie Boy. Who would you like to face? El Tejano. Let's put you in. Ooh dear. You'll be alright. Let's actually swap those because I like to put the heel in the red corner. Alright, so... What do we have left? That we have left is really a heel. No, those are all faces. De facto heel David Houston. Coming off his huge win. Adam Page, David Houston. Leading Kobashi in the de facto heel role as the surly vet against Dragon Rojo Jr. Welcome to the GWA now, kiddo. Okay. So we sold it out. So we're gonna make $100,000 off the gates at minimum. Got a title match coming up. It's a bigger show, so it's a bigger place. We can still, that's still 0 advertising. We sold out this 5,000 seater. So I'm good for that. Points for days. Oh, good. The last one didn't show up though. The third one we did, I didn't notice. It didn't happen. Let me trick it myself and see if it works. Yeah, it worked this time. Boink. Oh, dang it! I accidentally closed chat. Hang on. Boink. That's how I conduct my business. Nice and relaxed. Alright. So, let me fill out this card we got working on here. So we're going to do Bill Bullock, Thomas Walker. Bill Bullock in the de facto face role there because he defeated the terror that was Thomas Walker. Cheating his way through the, what was supposed to be an honorable championship tournament. Seeding tournament. Okay. That's number 5. And number 4 we have Howard Tejano. Should be a barn burner. No barns were burned in the filming of this special. Okay, Adam Page versus David Houston. Bit of a talent downgrade from facing Jack Howard in the main event, but he was worthy of in the main event, and he got the win. So, good on ya. Kobashi Dragon Rojo Jr. sounds interesting. And Dave Mastiff versus our newest signee, our Dirty Dozenth roster member, Mad Polly. Welcome aboard, buddy. Let's see what you can do with your time. We got 6 matches on the go. This is the first time we're going to see the entire roster in action together, and we're capping things off with a big old championship match in our main event. All right. Looks good, sounds good. Boink. Take myself out of the way, confirm that match card. Go make some snacks. In our management, produce merchandise. Gonna leave those goods as is. Gonna add snacks. tempted to do towels. I'm still making $100,000 on the gate, so everything else I make is going to be on merchandise. And towels are never going to expire. I just have to worry about selling them. I'm going to invest in towels. So that's it. So those three things. 3,000 bits of merch. The branded snacks are only good for this 1 month, but these two I can hang on to until I sell them out, which could take another month or two. So I'll invest now while I know I've made $100,000 on the gate of this thing. All right, so we've expanded to the 5,000 seater. We got 6 exciting matches. Everybody should show up because they're all contracted wrestlers. This is a nice big showcase for us. April of year 2. I'm still nervous, so I'm going to super save, just in case. And now I'm ready to proceed. Now I'm ready to proceed. Everybody's here, everybody's happy. Everybody do what you need to do. There we go. Let's save on the other side. Oh boy. Mad Polly making their technically making their GWA roster debut, but we were well aware of their contributions thus far. And we worked things out by only using so much of the roster that everybody, more or less, like El Tejano's neck is a little beaten up, but everybody else is in pretty good condition for this one. So looking like a real showcase show as the entire GWA roster will be on display. Starting with Dave Mastiff, Mad Polly. Let's get down to the ring for this one. Mr. Bigfoot rings the bell and we are underway. Mastiff trying to start things hot with a nice spine buster of sorts, but Mad Polly just bowls them over. Look at this fresh new place. Look at this fancy new arena. Floor padding as far as the eye can see. Quite fancy. Look how we've invested in our production for this one. Get a nice lit up entrance ramp, it looks like. Cozy. Fan in the crowd there encouraging us to pump up. Pump up. One of these two gentlemen will, and they pump up the rankings. And Polly looking to get their first official GWA victory. They've had wins in the past, but they were not a roster member, so we really didn't put them or consider them for things like title contention or DVD Championship Series at all. Dave Mastiff, also a recent signing. Looking to get there. Feet under them career-wise. Oh dear. Okay, going for a big powerbomb there, countered out. It's Mad Polly, who was sent to the floor, by the way, by a big suplex from Dave Mastiff. And now Mad Polly resorting to grabbing a chair. He's got a 5 count to drop that. Mastiff making sure he does it too. There's a chair in the ring. It's perfectly legal to do moves upon that chair. Nice Northern Lights there from Mastiff, and it's on a 1 count. Mad Polly now working back toward that steel chair. Keep an eye on that. That could play into the action later. Or they could completely ignore it, as they so often do. Nice clothesline followed up with a couple of nice elbow drops. And another clothesline. Mad Polly, as we said, not the most complex offensive arsenal, but they certainly know how to throw their weight around. Oh, another vicious double stomp off the ropes there. Nice belly-to-belly overhead styles from Mastiff, and now he's about to come off the ropes. Nope. Going back to his feet. Cuts him off. Oh, double stomp to the back this time from Mad Polly. Stomp after stomp to the midsection of Dave Mastiff. Mad Polly just trying to drive the air out of his opponent. Oh, big splash down to the back. Rolls him over and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Mastiff out at 2. Mad Polly looks like he's tucking himself out. He's going to work on the midsection. Dave Mastiff. A sound strategy for Mad Polly as he climbs back up to the top, and another big splash, but he's way too close to the ropes. That's going to get broken out. Mastiff doing his best. Keep himself alive in this one. You can see after every major move here, he's going to have to catch his breath a bit. Oof. Countered another powerbomb into a backdrop. There's Mad Polly. Mastiff gets the go behind. Sends Polly across the ring, but he escapes the corner in time. Sends Mastiff crashing to the floor. Mad Polly now taking the opportunity to catch his breath. Mastiff does the same, and we reset. At around the 8-minute mark, Polly going up for a big powerbomb. Folds him over. 1, 2. No, Mastiff rolls the shoulder, just able to power out 2.9. Immediately attempts a pin on Polly and gets a 2. Took a lot out of Mad Polly, it would seem. Oh, another attempt at a spinebuster from Mastiff gets blocked. But he hits those rolling hills. Polly trying to fight his way back to his feet and gets up dazed. Able to once again counter the powerbomb attempt from Dave Mastiff. Falls him out to the floor, does Mad Polly. Reminder of the note. Oh my gosh, it's a running fire thunder fire powerbomb over the shoulder styles, also known as the awesome bomb. Oh, and another rolling hills there from Mastiff. No wonder Mad Polly was quick to counter it before, but Mastiff able to hit it on the floor where I was in the middle of saying there are no countouts or disqualifications. Standard release powerbomb traded between each men. One for Mastiff and one for Polly in reverse order. Mastiff again with a running awesome bomb. Mad Polly escaping back to the confines of the ring where they're going to catch their breath. The fight can only end in the confines of the squared circle. Oh, nice delayed suplex there by Mastiff, who's feeling it after those power bombs on the floor. Crowd whipped into a frenzy after that action. Mad Polly trying to slow things down, sends Mastiff to the floor, uses the time to catch his breath once more. Because I'm going to get overwhelmed in his GWA roster debut. Both men just trying to punch it out now. Oh, discus lariat. Countered by an original style lariat. From Mad Polly winning that argument, at least momentarily. Mastiff not go down without a fight though. Big slam. I thought Polly may have been aiming for that chair. So he pulls Mastiff away from the ropes. Double press pin. This could do it. Mastiff out at 2. Oh, rapid fire elbows countering Mastiff. That's going to get broken up. Doing another pin attempt though. Polly off the ropes. Nice. Ippone's a Japanese arm whip. Once again setting him up. Big Vader attack off the ropes from Mad Polly. Mastiff back to his feet. Sends Polly off the ropes. Turns him inside out with a clothesline. Into the cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 there, and the crowd starting to really get behind Mad Polly. Victim of another delayed vertical suplex from Mastiff, who tells the crowd he's got Polly in the bag here. Polly in his pocket. Huge clothesline once again turns Mad Polly head over heels, ass over tea kettle. Oh, and then a rolling hills for Mastiff. Big senton splash there. And another rolling hills. Mastiff's turn to work the midsection. Oh, another senton, but you can see what it's taking out of Mastiff to get the big man up and throw him over himself with those rolling hills, one after the other. Mastiff's got to catch his breath. That's got to give Mad Polly a bit of time to recover as well. Beautiful Northern Lights. What a bridge by Mastiff, and he got him! Wore the man down with those repeated attacks, caught his breath, and then caught him with that Northern Lights. Beautifully done by Big Bad Dave Mastiff. Securing the victory over Mad Polly in Mad Polly's official GWA roster debut. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what Paul joke I just made. They come and leave my head so quickly. Oh, somehow my controller turned off. 98%. 98%. What an opener. That's what we hired Mad Polly for. If you're a certain age, wouldn't you have gotten a lot of Pauly Shore references in your upbringing? Just curious. Oh, Polly Pocket. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dope toys, though. Like Mad Max, Polly Pocket, those things were awesome. Be proud. It's a good toy. Okay. Speaking of a good toy, Kenta Kobashi not really having a good time lately in terms of his win-loss record. Looking to take the measure of Dragon Rojo Jr., a very new member to the GWA universe here. Successful in their debut against Yohei, but they sort of had to think outside the box and resort on more submission tactics to do it. I don't really think that's a Dragon Rojo style. As you can see, they like to ascend the turnbuckle quite a bit. We'll see how they do against Kenta Kobashi, who I know is going to want to keep Dragon Rojo Jr. grounded. All right, Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell, and we are underway. As always, he is the creature unfeatured. Paulie was on his way down. So was the other 6 months of his career. If Pauly Shore was already on the decline, it was like anything post Encino Man. Or no, Biodome. Anything post Biodome. That was where people were like, oh, I think I'm good with Pauly Shore. I mean, obviously he peaked with Goofy Movie. And with that Disney movie. Can't go wrong with that. Kenta Kobashi looking to right the wrongs of his recent win-loss record. Perhaps feeling intimidated by the fact that the energy drink that sponsors his GWA events is named after his finishing move, the very move that El Tejano Jr. stole from Kenta Kobashi and finished him off with in his last singles matchup. That has to be weighing heavily on the mind of Kenta Kobashi as he hits an orange crush at the 3-minute mark. Quick 2 count there for Kenta. Here for a good time, not a long time, trying to put Dragon Rojo down early. Dragon Rojo, only their second GWA contest. Kobashi's been here since show numero uno, our first official hire. I'm going to work on the neck of Dragon Rojo Jr. I gotta find one more junior to hire when I eventually expand my team.
Give up.
Need at least 3 people for a stable. That's all I'm saying. Oh, dropkick to the mush there. Aided by the fact that Kenta Kobashi was essentially lying on the canvas already. So all impact. You do not need to use any extra power getting into the air. You can put all of your kinetic energy into the impact of the kick to the face there from Dragon Rojo Jr. Who gets countered with a beautiful small package by Kenta. And he gets a 2 count out of it. Kobashi reverses Rojo off the ropes. Nice. Kenta Kobashi style bulldog and then a leg drop off the ropes. Brother. Into an orange crush, center of the ring, 2! Dragon Rojo rolls the shoulder at 2.9, and it's his turn to apply a small package. Only a 1 count, though. Rojo looking to get back into this thing. Kobashi is only a couple moves away from perhaps putting Dragon Rojo Jr. away and banishing the bad heebie-jeebies and voodoo of his recent win-loss record. Oh, just spikes him with a brainbuster, does Kobashi. Now drags Rojo away from the ropes for the pin. 2. No. Rojo out of 2. Rojo himself looking to establish himself as a newbie on the GWA roster. Certainly hasn't seen the likes of Kenta Kobashi before in competition. Oh, misses that guillotine leg drop off the top, which I believe is his finisher. I know he hit a few stomps in his last match. He's yet to hit that guillotine leg drop, which I'm pretty sure is his signature offense. Oh, and back of those rings of Saturn. Speaking of signature offense, the submission maneuver that got him his first win just last month. Dragon Rojo fends him off once more. Oh, half and half. Flips him over onto his face. Crowd murmuring in concern for the health of Dragon Rojo Jr. World's strongest slam there. Just a straight drop. Oh, now DDT'd though by Kobashi. Doesn't really slow Kobashi down, does Dragon Rojo Jr. And Kenta Kobashi's definitely feeling it now. Suplexing Dragon Rojo Jr. outside the ring. And you can see the sportsmanship there of Kobashi just waiting for him to return. So he can suplex him once more. Kobashi with things firmly in hand at the moment. Dropping Dragon Rojo Jr. with another DDT. Follows it up with a second DDT in a row there. I don't think Dragon Rojo Jr. is going to hit the 15-minute mark if things continue as they are. Huge burning lariat center of the ring. Rojo Jr. now sending Kobashi off the ropes. Flapjacks him down. Trying to get a little something going. Kenta Kobashi cuts him off quickly with a body slam and another DDT, just repeatedly dropping Dragon Rojo Jr. on his head, softening the man up for that devastating burning hammer. Orange crush, you land on your neck and shoulders. Drop kick to the face there from Rojo. Now he sends Kobashi into the corner. Kobashi able to counter though, and now Dragon Rojo Jr. unfortunately spills outside on that suplex, gets up dazed. That's going to allow Kobashi to come outside. There are no counter to DQs, no matter how fancy the ring is now. As you see, Dragon Rojo Jr. drop with the brainbuster, gallantly fights his way back to his feet, but he is dazed. And Kobashi is in full command of this one. Oh, a spinning chop across the eyes of the mask of Dragon Rojo Jr. Now a series of chops to the side of the neck. Oh, sit-out powerbomb from Dragon Rojo Jr. to Kobashi. Perhaps fleeting, desperate powerbomb. You can see Kenta Kobashi had no problem absorbing, and back to the chops he goes. Good gracious me, if his hand were an axe, Dragon Rojo's head would be in the third row by now. Oh, super kick to Kobashi, and Dragon Rojo just trying to get some space so he can recover here. Taking a little time for himself in the center of the ring, and now the fight can properly continue. Back and forth these gentlemen go. Slaps and chops. Oh, across the eyes again. Oh no! Kobashi, in his confidence, ran towards the ropes and ran into Mr. Bigfoot. Referee down. No worries. We'll get them patched up before the next matchup, but that may affect their ability to call for submissions or pinfalls. As Dragon Rojo Jr. might have an opportunity here. But Kobashi quickly cuts him off. Oh, no worries, Cam. I wasn't thinking you were properly upset. Back to the inverted wheelbarrow there. I think it's a reverse powerbomb, sort of technically. Oh no, back to the neck with those chops. Goes Kobashi, and Dragon Rojo Jr. has had enough. Suplex to Kobashi here. Super kick under the chin. Off the ropes he comes. Drop kick to the face this time. Trying to daze Kenta Kobashi as Dragon Rojo Jr. Big spine buster now. Pulls him back to his feet. Oh, and a kitchen sink knee lift stops the offensive momentum. Oh, a chop to the back of the head. A second one from Kenta Kobashi. And a DDT. This may have put the lights out on Dragon Rojo Jr. Another chop across the eyes this time. You can see Dragon Rojo Jr. trying to fight back. Fights through that body slam, but he gets planted with another brainbuster as we approach 20 minutes. Putting on an impressive fight as Dragon Rojo Jr. You can see how they're fighting their way back to their feet time and again. Burning lariat turns him inside out. Kobashi may be taking too much time trying to make sure he has the victory well in hand before attempting that final pin cover. Dragon Rojo Jr. given every opportunity to fight their way back into this. Nice flapjack there. Now he sets Kobashi up in the corner. Oh, misses the big running clothesline there. Kobashi able to catch his breath. Bulldog toward the center of the ring. We're past the 20-minute mark here. This thing's going to end sooner rather than later, one way or the other. Off the ropes once again, Dragon Rojo finding some success with those spine busters. Starting to slow Kobashi down. Both men jostling for position here. Another pancake from Dragon Rojo Jr. Not going back to the rings of Saturn from that position. Perhaps a mistake, in my opinion. Big clothesline off the ropes, though. Off he comes again. Second big clothesline. Pulls Kobashi back to his feet. Kobashi, every time he hoists him up for that suplex, I'm expecting the orange crush. Jr. again, jostling for position. Kobashi puts him down with the Bulldog. Rojo may have been luring him into the corner there. Double stomp. The lower back and the glutes of Kobashi, trying to seize up those muscles. It's hard to kick your legs out. Two. No, just rolls the shoulder. See, that may have caused a delay that almost spelled victory for Dragon Rojo Jr., who ends that strike battle with a beautiful drop kick, but Kenta Kobashi won't stay down. Oh, tries to set him up in the corner, but Kobashi fights his way free. Throws him back into Dragon Rojo. Beautiful clothesline from halfway across the ring this time. Signals to the crowd that this is it. Oof. But he gets caught by another bulldog by Kobashi. Savvy ring vet. He's got a few more tricks up his sleeve, it looks like, for Dragon Rojo. He's going to have a proper shot at beating the big man. But what a contest we have. 25 minutes plus we've gone. A heck of a fight out of the GWA newcomer, Dragon Rojo Jr. here against the stalwart Kenta Kobashi. And now Rojo going up top, double stomp. May have been a bit low, but he doubles up on that pin. Oh, double press on that pin, but Kenta Kobashi still able to get out at 2.9 and plants him with a little DDT. Been working for him all match, as have those flapjacks by Dragon Rojo Jr. Hooks to leg deep. Got him! Pancakes him to the mat and recognized that he knocked him out. Dragon Rojo Jr. with an upset of Kenta Kobashi. This has got to be 5 stars. This was a heck of a match. I mean, it's a bit of a surprise ending. Oh, yeah. 100%. I'll take it. What a way to make your mark, kiddo. Welcome to the GWA Dragon Rojo Jr. They won their last contest. 2-0 is Dragon Rojo Jr. in GWA competition. But this definitely the more impressive of the two victories. Can't argue with that. Alright, our next contest. Fresh off of his main event win against the Hollywood hunk, Jack Howard, Adam Page, facing a friend of Jack Howard's, David Houston. Singles competition. Mind you, everything is singles competition today. Overall card rating, 99% so far. Nowhere to go but down, but we've more than done enough, I think, to make sure we end at 80 plus. It is all we need to make sure that the crowd goes home happy. Let's get down to the ring for Hangman Adam Page against the Anti-Gravity Kid, David Houston. Senior official Mr. Bigfoot called for the bell. You can see they've been patched up. We are underway here. Nice head scissor takeover almost immediately out of David Houston. We'll be looking to establish those early and often, leading to a series of beautiful moonsault attempts. Quite an athletic arsenal has David Houston once again going for a head scissor, countered into the powerbomb. It is not without its risks, as you saw there. Nicely done. Floated over into a pinning attempt there from Hangman Adam Page. Resulted in a no count, but still some technical mastery there. Adam Page, David Houston now just bodying him with canvas as best he can. Sidestepping a low drop kick as Page into a cover, another no count. Just sort of testing the cardiovascular conditioning of his opponent with Page there as he hits a nice pile driver. But he's too close to the ropes. Houston able to scoot one of those scoots a foot under the rope. And now locking him in a paradise lock. If you actually sit on your opponent and pull on their limbs, you can actually do some damage with that. I know it's primarily used as a comedy spot in wrestling these days. David Houston now creating a little time and space to get his breath back in the early going of this thing. Find out what to make of Adam Page, trying to make a quick work of him there is David Houston with that beautiful moonsault press. Making moonsault from any height, including just off the canvas. And nail them perfectly every time. 14 new games, some of which came with DLC included, so some of which were technically like Game of the Year editions, let's call them, or special editions. For $100, I think you did great, averaging about less than $10 a game. Good work. And that's just day one, or is it just they put everything on sale at once now and just let it happen? Because I remember for a few years it was like every day you got to go back. Nice flipping drop kick by Houston there. He gets reversed into the corner by Page, who wishes he could have that charging clothesline back. Nice moonsault press out of the corner for Houston. A master of several variations. Can hit that moonsault from anywhere. Dare I say, he might even have the second best moonsault ever. Adam Page smartly taking the fight to the floor here, trying to get himself back into this contest. Grabs a chair from out of the ring. Doesn't hesitate to use the no DQ, no countout rule outside the ring to his effect. As David Houston slows him down with another Paradise Lock, tying up all four limbs of Adam Page until he's eventually able to break free. As you can see now, we have the crowd fully protected in this new venue. As David Houston unwisely going for a disqualification fake out on the floor. Mind games there for David Houston. He thinks he's done something super smart, but it just results in him getting tossed right back out to the floor by Hangman Adam Page. A miscommunication there between both competitors, I would think. I don't think David Houston's doing much thinking after that pile driver. Oh, nice. Lots of good ESO stuff, Fallout stuff. Half a dozen D&D themed games. Made out like a bandit. If you're into your fantasy gaming, you're doing great. Upper kick out of David Houston as Adam Page was coming back into the ring with a chair. The action here, I think best to... Oh, I can hear Space Cat running back there. Already. Off the ropes he comes. Pop up. Into the Hurricane Rana pin attempt. Got him! Center of the ring. David Houston calling out to the crowd before he attempted the move. And just like that, the Anti-Gravity Kid pins Adam Page. Right back down to earth for the Hangman there. Such is the level of competition in the GWA. David Houston able to beat Adam Page. Okay. 92%. I will take that all day. The high angle Hurricane Rana in the center of the ring. Beautifully done. He called for it, went for it, and it worked. Let's see what works between El Tejano Jr. and Jack Howard. Coming up. I can't wait till match 5. Both of these guys coming back from injury will have something to prove. Anyway, El Tejano Jr. against the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard coming your way momentarily. There we go. I've updated my text file. We can get ourselves down. Pick the theme of your streams, so seem a good set. Since you love video games and D&D. Beautiful. Yeah, buddy. Isn't it nice? Having a stream is essentially having your own channel. The opportunity to fill it with as much or as little programming as you see fit, but the beauty of it all is you're your own programming director, so just stick to what you like. Do what makes you happy, buddy. Happy to see it.
Give up.
You'll love to see it. You got a good dozen plus new games to play privately or in the comfort of your own little streaming universe. Good for you. Test of strength back and forth between these two men to start things off. Tejano getting the better of that. Tejano, a more deadly competitor than I was giving them credit for when I first hired them. Smart that I did, though. They've been quite the roster addition since showing up here. Making people's lives miserable. Snatching victories from the jaws of defeat on several occasions. Real good mid-card to upper mid-card talent we got in possession, and that's where we are right now. Head for the main event tonight. The first title defense for Matt Robinson to come later today. Might be able to get one more quicker show in before we break as well. And I'm actually a little bit ahead in my A1 Climax prep. I was expecting to be having to do a lot of work on the weekend. I only have to do a little bit of work if I don't end up doing it this week. Alexander tomorrow. Oh yeah, speaking of tomorrow, and my apologies to the two competitors currently battling outside of the ring, but let me say this really quick about tomorrow's stream for those that are concerned. Last week we beat Bioshock 2. We have the upcoming A1 Climax next Thursday, and I won't be streaming next Friday, so it doesn't make sense to me to start Bioshock Infinite tomorrow and then have to skip a week and then come back. So what we're going to do, since we booted the Wild at Heart out of our Tuesday time slot to play D&D Dark Alliance on Tuesdays with Juice and Papanusen, what we're going to do is tomorrow afternoon, we're going to play Wild at Heart for our second session, so our second 3 hours, so hours 4 to 6. If we need a third session, we're going to go ahead and play the Wild at Heart next Wednesday, because we beat our Wednesday game yesterday. And that'll be our lead-in for next Thursday's A1 Climax. Nice to see Jack Howard leaning in to that butterfly with a bridge, getting a nice 2 count there on El Tejano Jr. So that's just sort of our updated streaming plans. We'll be starting Bioshock Infinite probably the 9th of July, I think, if that all makes sense. It didn't make sense to me. Like, we're starting a game, well, I'm skipping a week. We're back to the game. We'll just not do it for 2 weeks and then come back to it.
Give up! Give up! Give up! One, two.
I feel much the same way about Fire Pro. It was the one game that I was like, oh, I can't wait to just start having fun with this. On stream, because I've been having Fire Pro matches simulated in the background of my life since I was in college, like for over 20 years now. So it's always at some point, I wonder what that would be like, or I wonder if I can book this tournament, or what would this be like, and so on and so forth. I've always been doing something with it. So yeah, once I added it to my streaming schedule, it is my anchor. Oh my gosh, just like El Tejano's skull may no longer be anchored to his spine after that turnbuckle powerbomb. That move put Sting out of the sport for almost a decade. Big move there by Jack Howard, who gets hit with his own rating spike. El Tejano Jr. stealing another finisher. 2! No! Jack Howard rolls the shoulder at 3. The finisher thief continues, hamburgling his way across the GWA. Big spinebuster by Tejano. Sending shockwaves through the roster here. Trying to best their opponents with their own moves. Jack Howard says, what are you going to do? All's fair in love and war. And then spikes Tejano with a brainbuster. Short arm clothesline. Nonplussed is the Hollywood hunk. Very cavalier in his attitude. Tejano much more focused, much more serious. Nice butterfly with the bridge, though, by the Hollywood hunk, Jack Howard. Tejano barely escapes. Rating spike by Howard. Rolls him into the cover. 1, 2. Tejano out at 2. TKO this time. Jack Howard pouring it on. Half and half, dropping Tejano on his head and neck. Tejano, though, fighting back. Able to drop Jack Howard with one punch. Off the ropes he comes. Huge clothesline there. Scoops him up for an air raid crash.
1, 2.
Jack Howard, I just let the crowd take that one. Rolls the shoulder at 2.9. I can't possibly be losing my voice now. I need it for another week and a bit. Tejano taking his time, gets that big boot off and buys himself some time to catch his breath. Jack Howard having none of it. Big DDT now dragging Tejano in position for perhaps a second rating spike. No, off the ropes he goes. Huge clothesline. Back to his feet again. Oh, Tejano sends Howard off the ropes. Clothesline of his own. Tornado Tejas into the cover. 1, 2, 3. El Tejano Jr. rolling with a victory over Jack Howard. Used his own finish against him, didn't get the victory, but eventually finished Jack Howard off with El Tejano Jr.'s signature Tornado Tejas. 95% approval rating. I'll take it. Okay, that's Tejano Jr. defeating Jack Howard. 95% approval. Can't argue with that. Overall, we're at a 96 for the show, so even if these two last matches bomb, which I don't think they will, we should be okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Turns out he needed to do both. Yeah, needed his own finisher as well as Jack Howard's in order to finish him off to tell Tejano Jr. Very resourceful. And turns out one of those resources seems to be the signature maneuver of their opponent. Okay. Thomas Walker, Bill Bullock, both returning from a 3-month absence due to injury. Injured the other in the first place. Thomas Walker simply was exhausted after running the table in the GWA Championship Series, going 7-0 over the course of that event, at least in tournament matches. Had a couple of non-tournament losses that may have knocked them a little off kilter and let them ripe for the picking, as Bill Bullock, the number 8 seed in the eventual GWA Championship tournament, upset Thomas Walker in the very first round. Now, Bill Bullock didn't get any farther than that, but those two individuals, Thomas Walker and Bill Bullock, were the only two to come out of that tournament with an injury that kept them sidelined. Thomas Walker is going to be looking for a measure of revenge against the man who knocked him out of the tournament unexpectedly, and Bill Bullock is looking to stave off the bully, Thomas Walker. Both will be looking to get back into the winning swing of things. Bill Bullock especially. They don't have too many wins under their belt. Let's see what happens in this one. I expect a bloodletting as Thomas Walker somehow manages to sneak a fork into each and every one of his matches. I forget, it's the something devil. It's not the handsome devil. I know Mickey Williams is the Hell Knight. Ah, dang it, I can't remember. I know it's the convict Bill Bullock. I should have looked it up. Thomas Walker's nickname, that is. The Brilliant Devil? I think it's the Brilliant Devil. There you go. Kane Drago's got me. It came to me and then I looked down and confirmed it in chat. Both of these men can't claim to be crowd favorites, but something certainly has to give, as it looks like Bill Bullock is sort of playing the de facto face in this one. And to Thomas Walker, in their final tournament match, made a statement by defeating Mickey Williams, the Hell Knight Mickey Williams, without actually resorting to any foul play of any kind, as far as I can remember. Early poke to the eyes out of Bill Bullock, and then a ding-dong shot there from Thomas Walker. You're not going to see such sportsmanship as you would expect out of a Kento Kobashi, for example, or even a David Houston. Can't argue with the success that Thomas Walker has accumulated in his tenure here in the GWA. Mind you, it exhausted him to the point where he had to take 3 months off to see if he comes back more focused on how they approach things going forward, as we have twice as many people to contend with as when he first signed with the company. Nice chin pressure there by Walker. Bill Bullock was going on a bit of a roll there. Walker looking to slow him down. Neither men able to score the offense there. And unfortunately, Thomas Walker just going for a chokehold here. He has still 5, but that's just some dirty tactics out of the Brilliant Devil. Ooh, nice. Nicely done there. Elbow drop off the ropes. All that added momentum. It's came crashing into the sternum. Now the convict Bill Bullock is looking to get back. There we go, into the offensive swing of things. Slowly working on the limbs of Thomas Walker. Nice arm whip there. Pulls him away from the ropes. Thomas Walker does the same. Pulls him into a Boston Crab. Just trying to slow Bill Bullock down. Take his time. Will the Brilliant Devil. Dazes his opponent and then comes off the ropes. 3 foreheads to the front of the face and 1 to the back of the head. And then an uppercut to the ding-a-ling from Thomas Walker, who, as you can see, as evidenced by that beautiful flipping dropkick to the back of Bill Bullock's head, has an incredible array of athletic skills that he could use to be winning his contests, but chooses chooses these dirty tactics. And again, you can't argue with the man because he went 7-0 in the championship series. So, fully justified in his own mind, I am sure.
Give up.
Bullock looking for something, anything. Whoa, gets caught in a roll-up there is Bullock.
2.
Able to fight his way 3 after 2, though. Looking for something, anything. Slows him down with a penalty kick from the convict Bill Bullock. Walker going to the eyes this time. Nice fisherman buster by the convict. Brilliant Devil is back to his feet before him. That suplex, swinging neckbreaker combo from Walker almost puts Bill Bullock down. Just rolls the shoulder 2.9. Blocks a back elbow to Walker and then introduces him to Sister Abigail. And then a complete shot, Scott Steiner styles. Just my controller complaining at me. Windows runtime nonsense. Your controller turned off. Okay, thanks. Ooh. Another Sister Abigail tried to drive his face into the corner, didn't quite hit it. Thomas Walker sensing victory here. Nice chin crusher. Misses the complete shot though. Stomach claw! Stomach claw from Bill Bullock! The devastating stomach claw! If this were Texas in the early 80s, that would have been it. Diving fist drop. Small of the back.
2.
Upper glute region. The upper bum. Ushi-garoshi. Don't call it a tornado Tejas.
2. 3.
Seals the deal. And Thomas Walker back to his winning ways like he never missed a step. I would like to point out that he didn't use the fork that entire match. A little bit of underhanded tactics with a couple of shots to the ding-dong and perhaps a rake of the eyes, but a terrible contest in your semi-main event. Just tanking the quality of the show overall. But it does spell victory once more for Thomas Walker. And again, hard to argue with success, but I'm going to start arguing with your performances if you don't kick it up a notch. Perhaps this is all to prove that he needs the fork in order to put on better matches, because there's more drama involved if his opponent is bleeding. Okay. Interesting there. Yeah, dragged the average card rating down to just about 90, but that's okay, because I feel like the main event, for better for worse, is going to be something. It's going to be something, all right. Okay, let's get back on screen to preview this main event. Matt Robinson, your inaugural GWA champion, the man who I think he beat Mickey Williams in the tournament itself, in the GWA Championship Series. Hang on, let me bring up the document to double check. It won't be on screen, it'll just be for my benefit because I removed that source from OBS. But hang on one second. GWA title. Looking at Mickey Williams' record. No, of course he didn't win. He lost to Mickey Williams in the GWA Championship Series. In the first round of the GWA Championship Tournament, Mickey Williams and Matt Robinson went for about 20 minutes. At about the 90-second mark of the match, Matt Robinson was busted open and huge by Mickey Williams. Mickey Williams worked the cut for the remainder of the matchup, and somehow, someway, Matt Robinson fought him off to not only walk out of the first round of that tournament, but after getting patched up, he went on to win the thing and claim the first ever GWA championship for himself. Now, it is 3 months later, Mickey Williams has claimed a singles victory over Matt Robinson since winning the belt, and he is invoking his right for a championship opportunity in your main event. The divine Matt Robinson defending the GWA championship for the very first time against the Hell Knight Mickey Williams. Let's get myself out of the way and let's get ourselves saved and then down to the ring for this one. Will the Divine Robinson maintain the moral integrity of the GWA, a company founded to showcase the best in professional wrestling? Or will Mickey Williams' brand of chaotic violence lead him to the GWA Championship and spit on everything the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle stands for? Will he pee on the walls of the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle with a championship victory? Will the Hell Knight Mickey Williams, or will the Divine Matt Robinson keep the alleyways clean for now? Nice delayed suplex here by Mickey Williams. Usually likes to bust his opponent open first so he can let the blood rush to the head and then out of the forehead wound that is inevitable in a Mickey Williams match. You gotta watch out for the array of weapons he carries into each and every contest, and the fact that he'll just straight up bite your forehead or just step on your junk as he just did there to Matt Robinson. Taking very, very liberal use, or making liberal use of the disqualification rules in the GWA is Mickey Williams. We can't blame them. They are responding as written. They have a 5 count in the ring to cease illegal activities, and it's you can get a lot done in 5 seconds in the GWA ring. Let me just say that. And half of their stuff, half of their moves are Mickey Williams moves are rough stuff and can result in busting his opponent open. Kane Drago votes solidly for having the walls of the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle desecrated with a Mickey Williams championship victory. Fine. He's got his fans. I don't know whom. You can hear the crowd not a fan of his. Going for a cover. Crowd applauding Matt Robinson on every kick out, I would hope. Oh, nice spear there for Mickey Williams. Again, when he actually wants to apply a wrestling move, he's got a handful of pretty decent ones. But for the most part, just a vicious brawler and weaponsmith is the Hell Knight Mickey Williams. It's like if Bruiser Brody and Tommy Dreamer had a baby, and that baby got a scythe as a present. As you can see, Matt Robinson somehow withstanding that scythe attack without getting hurt. Certainly without getting busted open. Going to the eyes is Mickey Williams trying to get some space. Now back to that side. I don't know how he keeps sneaking into his matches, but once again, the forehead of Matt Robinson resisting the blade of the scythe. Perhaps Mickey Williams failed to sharpen it before this title matchup, as he now takes a bit of a breather for himself. Crowd not quite as engaged as we would like, as we are approaching the 10-minute mark here. Nice roundhouse punch there from your champion, the Divine Matt Robinson. Oh, beautiful deadlift German suplex from Hell Knight Mickey Williams. As we said, can put on or pull out some very decent wrestling moves, but just doesn't have enough of them in his arsenal, or not enough confidence in his wrestling ability to stick to it. Matt Robinson smartly going for the scissor sleeper, just choke the life out of the man. Just stop him from trying to bludgeon you. Ah, jeepers. Uppercut to the ding-dong, hooks the leg on the cover attempt, but only gets a 1. Says Mickey Williams. My apologies if Mama Gnarly's watching. For all the ding-dong shots. Another deadlift German. If he bridged on that, he might have had him. All impact, though, for Mickey Williams. Oh, beautiful sit-out dominator for Matt Robinson. The Divine One starting to hit some of his better moves. Ugh. And then Mickey Williams appealing to the crowd after another low blow, another deadlift German, but now Mickey Williams is starting to get dazed. And Robinson with those knees trying to seize up the hammies, the thighs there of Mickey Williams. Hits another sit-out dominator. Mickey Williams has enough left in his legs to hit that low blow from behind. More of a Ric Flair style, that one. Nice spinning kick from Matt Robinson, but you can see what the match has already taken out of him. Divine intervention spikes Mickey Williams into the cover. 1, 2, no! Mickey Williams just gets out at 2.9. Matt Robinson had almost successfully defended his title there, but we fight on. Big clothesline from the champ. Looking to put Williams down and out. Off the ropes he comes. Knee to the chest. Just under the chin. Oh no, an iron claw. Iron claw from Mickey Williams. Hamming it up for the crowd. Matt Robinson, though, incredible resilience. Still not busted open, but susceptible to the King Cobra hold. Center of the ring. Breaks it. Matt Robinson able to break that King Cobra hold. He tapped to it the last time these two were across the ring from each other. Mickey Williams going back to that crowd appeal. He knows he's getting booed. I think it motivates him. As now another delayed suplex. This might send Robinson to the floor. Nope, just kept inside. You can see his legs draped over the bottom rope there, and Mickey Williams dragging him back to do more damage. Now the side, finally busting open the champion, and straight back into the King Cobra hold goes your challenger, Mickey Williams. The life and championship reign draining out of the body of Matt Robinson. But he's able to fight his way free. Beautiful diving elbow to the small of the back of Mickey. Matt Robinson floating over into the armbar.
Give up. Give up. Give up.
That's how he tapped Mickey Williams during the tournament. Oh no, I'm back to that torturous headlock. Now that Mickey Williams has that forehead busted open, watch for him to focus on that for the remainder of the match. With that torture headlock and with that King Cobra hold. Delayed suplex, this one's gonna send him to the floor for sure. Both men the worse for wear though. No counters or DQs on the floor. Favoring Mickey Williams, who's just biting the forehead of Matt Robinson now. Is this how you want to win your championship, Mickey Williams? Oh, now a fork. When Matt Robinson stuffs the kendo stick attempt, Mickey Williams just busts out a fork. Back to the headlock, just squeezing the blood out of the face, down onto the chest of the champion, Divine Matt Robinson. Fighting back for all he's worth, but gets dropped with a deadlift suplex. Gut-wrenched to the floor. It's Matt Robinson. You can see the stain left behind by the impact. Don't worry. The mats and canvas absorb the blood and make the fight stronger. Back to the torture headlock, though, as we approach 20 minutes. I don't know how much longer Matt Robinson can last. Bleeding profusely now. Oh, back to the armbar! Weakening future attempts at the headlock and King Cobra hold by working the arms is Matt Robinson, who rolls back into the ring, resets himself, and goes back to the floor when Mickey Williams didn't follow. Back to the arm goes Robinson. Nothing the ref can do about it.
20 minutes.
Oh, back to the King Cobra hold, but he's immediately out. Mickey, surprisingly, being the one to pull things back into the ring, and now back to the fork, trying to freshen up that wound so he can go back to that torture headlock into the King Cobra hold once more. Robinson back to the arm, though! Center of the ring, that's it! The Divine Matt Robinson taps Mickey Williams and retains the gold! What work from the Divine One! After he was busted open in that contest, getting Mickey Williams out to the floor so he could recover long enough to wear down the arm of Mickey Williams and get that rolling cross arm breaker on in the center of the ring. A 5-star title defense for the Divine Matt Robinson. A heavy sigh of relief breathed across the GWA wrestling landscape tonight. Whoa, what a match. What a way to end us. Nicely done. GWA Championship Gold defended in a 5-star match in your main event. What else could you possibly ask for? All right, let's end that. Holy moly. That was a good one. That was a real good one. That was our first full roster show. We sold out a 5,000-seat arena. We gave them a 92% overall show, like in terms of crowd approval. 8% of the people that showed up were like, meh. The other 92 were like, this was awesome. So, can't go wrong with that. Oh, and we got almost 5,600 people into a 5,000-seat arena. Heck yeah. Looks like we're going to be selling out this 5,000-seater for the foreseeable future. I hope so, at least. I don't know who that knight is. Oh, LA Knight, maybe? El Hijo. Could be any El Hijo. That might be LA Knight that won the NXT title. The former Eli Drake. We made almost $100,000 even after expenses. Yes. So I'm pretty sure we probably blew out all of our merchandise. Let me get detailed informations. Detailed informations, please. Towels, $20,000. Yep, sold them all. Goods, $12,000. Pretty sure we sold them all. Branded snacks, $10,000. I'm pretty sure that means we sold everything. Pretty sure we sold everything. Got everybody there. Got our sponsorship money. Got over 100 grand on the gate itself. Venue was a lot. We updated some stuff. We gave some people some raises. So transfers. Transfers and negotiations. Transfers. I don't know what transfers means. $2,500 in transfers. Signing bonus. Yeah. Signing bonus for Mad Polly. Okay, so that transfer was the signing bonus. The negotiation was taking him out to the deal. So yeah, so we had to sign somebody, so that's extra expenses and stuff like that. Okay. Singles tournament for WWE this month. It would be great if I could get somebody from my roster into some of these tournaments. Would be amazing. The 8% were your fellow Nikki Williams simps. I'm kidding. People. Okay, so formerly Jimmy, one of the Jimmys, Jimmy Susumu. I don't know what his actual first name is now. So they've left Dragon Gate. Toshiaka Kawada has left the Legends promotion. My favorite of the four pillars. I've always been a Kawada guy. Dangerous K for me, thank you. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, I know. I can't even. Well, I got $370,000. If I can consistently, let me check the condition of my wrestlers. I have 12 people on staff. If I can get 10 of them in the ring and hire 2 people and keep putting on 6 match cards that sell us out of the 5,000-seater, so that's 100,000. That's 100,000. Keep my expenses down by hiring some cheapies. I can probably afford to upgrade my gym this month and then hire somebody new next month. Let's check it out. Merchandise, we blew it out. Okay, I'm at least going to do goods. For sure. I'm going to leave that as is until we finalize the building. Like if we do the 3,000, if we end up having to only do the 3,000-seater, I'll just make the branded snacks. If we end up doing the 5,000-seater, I'll make the branded snacks and the towels. Though I might, even if it's the 3,000-seater, just make the towels because then I don't have to spend it again the next month if they don't sell. Okay, training center, everything's good here. We're going to do it. Because again, if we sell out... Okay, let me book the show first. If we sell out that show, I'm going to come back and buy this gym, because then that will cover expenses. Yeah, we'll be covered by the gate for the gym expansion. So I'm okay with like not making much, because that gives us 4 extra roster slots. Okay, but before I do any of that, obviously we save, and then we go to human resources, or we go to records. Let's get some personal advice on trust. Bill doesn't like their okay, well, welcome back, Bill, as a welcome back bonus. Yeah, fair enough. I like people to make at least $1,000. Yeah, no problem with that. Okay, I think there's gonna be more of that though. Personal advice, trust. Are you sure? Okay, everyone's good now. Okay. Little sneaky raise for Bill Bullock before they even asked for one, so that shows that Manjivit's all over it. Human resources, I can't offer that at the moment. We're just gonna book, let's check out our wrestlers first. Normal. Anybody in poor condition? Paige. Ooh, Tejano and Paige are out. Okay, so let's start. Tejano and Paige should be left off. Anybody else claim they're okay, but also look terrible? Mad Polly, fine. Jack Howard, fine. Let's do these two next month. That'll be fun. They're okay. Robinson's okay. Kent is fine. Adam Page is poor, so we'll let them sit. Mickey's good. Rojo says they're normal, but look at that neck. So I'm gonna go ahead, because like Kobashi was destroying them. So let's go ahead and give them some time off as well this week. So we might have to sell for the 3,000 seater after all, depending on who else is hurting. Yeah, Tejano's sitting. Okay, so I got 3 members down that I'm gonna sit Tejano Jr., Adam Page, and Dragon Rojo Jr. That means if I get 3 friends in, then we can still put on a 6-match show. All right. No one invited themselves. I haven't done anything involving... See, I don't know, like, broker contract. That's, like, between me and another promotion, right? Yeah, I don't really know what to do there. Like, Impact likes us, Noah likes us. It's not giving us our relations. I don't know. Like, what about promotion stats? Yeah, how do I find how much they like us? I can't offer a contract. Oh, let me put who's not here? Okay. Mad Polly, welcome to the Heel Faction. I'm just assuming we go there. I might make some changes to these stickers. Okay. So that's all good. I don't need to consult anybody. Promotion stats? I thought so. Oh, there we go, down at the bottom. Okay. Normal, indifferent. Normal. See, like, yeah. Once you hit a certain level, they're not even aware of us. So up to Dragon Gate, normal. We're not friendly, they don't hate us. We haven't really done much. Like, I sent Matt Robinson and Noah once. Impact and Noah have sent us a couple of people. We've always, like, featured them as best we can. Okay, I'm just checking. Alright, once again we save, and as I said, we have to find 3 friends. 3 friends, please. Oh, I can't rely on Mad Polly anymore. I was like, oh, that's alright, I'll just hire Mad Polly. No problem. Can't rely on them anymore. I can totally rely on Darby Allin saying no. Let's try that. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow. Who would have thought? Okay, gotta at least get to friendly before I broker a deal. See, I've never played nice, if that makes sense. I've never played nice during Fire Promoter. It's always keep working on myself until other people approach us, or until we get to a certain popularity where we're like, if we approach a promotion or like want to do a 5-on-5 championship, like want to do a 5-on-5 card, they're like, sure. And then inevitably I end up playing the match where they put their title on the line and take it for my own, and then go from there. But not this time. This time we're just trying to build our titles and do our own thing. All right, so Brian Malonis in the back pocket for sure has been. They're not that. I don't know. Their defense is good. I still feel like I hired the right of the two, like Malonis and Mad Polly. I feel like I hired the right one because they put on better matches. This guy put on pretty decent matches for us too, so let's get Brian Myers back into the mix. Oh no, Brian Myers turning us down. Okay, so that's a strike against Myers and a strike against Allen for those keeping track at home. Okay, this is always the hardest part. Talent negotiations. Okay, I'm gonna try Darby. This is Darby number 2. Okay, I'm gonna try Brian Myers. Brian Myers number 2. Okay, that's 2 and 2 for those two. It'll just speed things up if I do more than one at a time. I should also do Delirious. Okay, this is gonna be Myers 3, Darby 3, Delirious 1. Okay, here we go. First off, Darby, I'd love to have you on the show. I think it would be great. I'll put you in there with one of our junior talent. You and David Houston, I know you could tear it up. I've seen you do it. Okay. No Darby. No Brian Myers. I mean, maybe Brian Myers. No Brian Myers. Okay, this is number 1 for Delirious. Okay, that's 1 for Delirious. Who else we can do 1 for? Let's do my boy, Stevie Ray. I keep trying to get in here. Let's try Stevie Ray. That's 1 for Stevie Ray. So Delirious and Stevie Ray are 1. The other 2 are done. This is fun. We're just going through all the 500s, see if we can find somebody fun. Who was that? Oh, that was 675. Like, who's 675? That's good enough. I'm just gonna try to hire Xbox just because I like Xbox. Maybe. Maybe. Does that beat popularity? I might try to hire Xbox later. I'm gonna exhaust the 500s first. Swinger. Nice. In his current grizzled old vet gimmick that he's doing in the Impact right now. It's pretty funny. Stevie, we tried. I'm gonna go Sonya Kiss. Come on, Sonya Kiss. That'd be fun. Eee. That's way more than your initial asking price. Okay. No offense to any of the female talent. I'm trying to find, if I can, heavyweight talent first before I dip into the pool of ladies. Heavyweight talent, sorry. I mean, Darby Allin's a special case, don't get me wrong. And I wouldn't consider Delirious a junior. But, you know, size considerations. The most exciting part. I mean, we had Isaiah Gaskey before. They didn't do that well. I mean, in terms of, like, performance in ring and also, hey, John Moxley, and, like, results and their actual performance. Khan we've had before. They did okay, but nothing too fancy. All right, we're going to try Kona Reeves. Come on down. Kona Reeves says no. Prima Donna. So that's no for 1 for Delirious, 1 for Stevie Ray, 1 for Kona Reeves, which would just be funny to hire. Okay, I might just do ladies. Oh yeah, did we have Luster before? I feel like we may have thrown out some feelers to Luster. Oh no, I think we went with the Mia Yim match instead on that card. Nyla Rose we've had in before. Alright, Riddick Moss. There we go, Riddick Moss. Let me back out of all that. So, Riddick Moss is in. Is that the first person? That's the first person we actually got. Okay. Oh, I saved all that, huh? Crap. So I can't hire the other people anymore. Whatever. I can't attempt all these peeps anymore. They just said no. No problem. Okay, we have Riddick Moss. That means we'll try Luster the Legend. Or Shahim Ali, perhaps. Okay. Luster the Legend. What a fool. What a fool. A former 24/7 champion. That could be anybody. Like, anybody that's WWE has, like, had them on camera. If you're a reporter, if you're, like, covering the WWE in some vague sports capacity, you might be a former champion. Could literally be anybody. Okay. Or you mean former champion Riddick Moss. That's his highlight? That's some Braden Walker level highlight. Okay, I'm going to try to get Xbox just because I like Xbox. Not for that price, though. Not yet. Dang it. If you asked for $879 because your monthly value was $879, I would have given you $879 easy. None of this over $2,000 stuff. Okay, TK Orion, the best around. Prove it. TK Orion in. So I got Riddick Moss, TK Orion. I like getting new people, so I'm fine with all this. These guys, none of these are 5. Oh, I was going to say. Never mind, I found one that's 5. Arez. Oh yeah, El Quixote. Let's try that. Not at this sort of event, huh? Uh-oh. I don't want to lose anybody. Whatever. I'll invite somebody else. Okay, anybody else for $500? Like Robin? Where'd Robin go? Octagon Jr. Let's try it. Nope. Okay, I'm just trying to... It's going to be quicker if I just keep going. Oh. Alright, Robin. Oh wait, was there one more I didn't try up here? Arez. Alright, Arez. With your 450 splash. Let's do it. Let's not do it. Alright, I'm abandoning Latin America. I know there was Robin to try, but... Apocalypses. No, you're a dirty cheat. I know you is. Had Jamie on the show before. Joseph Connors. Keeney Williams. The Righteous Kill. That's the Righteous Killer, Joseph Connors. Okay, I was gonna say that's a really good name for a finisher, but it seems to be the Righteous Killer and then the Righteous Kill. Just do one or the other. Satellite DDT. The Deathly Hallows. Alright, I'll try to hire you just based on your silly finisher name alone. The Braden Walker 3-disc DVD set. Hilarious. You love Joseph Connors. Are they are they NXT UK? Like, I'm not intimately familiar with them. I know they are from the tournament, I think. I'm also not a big Kip Sabian guy, but I know his name, so we're gonna try them first. Nope. No one Kip Sabian. Alright, let's try Joseph Connors. They come highly recommended. Isn't that the name of the kid from Terminator? Bonk. They don't want to work with us. I'm sorry, we're not cool enough for Joseph Connors. Alright, come on down, buddy! Ilya Dragunov! Putting the show together. Okay, so... yeah, if I rest Tejano, Adam Page, and Dragon Rojo Jr., everyone else can go. I just hired 3 more people, or I just guested 3 more people. We have... man. It's Riddick Moss. Certainly not, my brain just went, Mitt Romney! No. Riddick Moss, not Mitt Romney. Riddick Moss is in. Year 2, month 05. 05, yeah. So we're trying to run a quick 3rd show as quick as we can. Riddick Moss is in. TK O'Ryan is in. Year 2, month 05. And Ilya Dragunov is back. Year 2, month 05. Mad Polly, after 5 guest appearances. Getting the big old contract. Okay. Looking at my let me see if I can even do that. Robinson Kobashi. Yeah, I can. Looking at my pre-booking, I had scheduled a tag match as the main event of this card. So if I do, I'm going to see if I can do a 5-match card with those taggy peeps. Okay, we've invited people. Let's book our event. Standard, we're going to stick to the 5,000-seater. And we're going to do our first ever tag match in the main event. We're going to pair Thomas Walker and Mickey Williams against Kenta Kobashi and our champion, Matt Robinson. Not as many people as I would have thought. 464. Let me split that into 2 singles matches and see what happens. Just out of curiosity. I'm not going to run the singles matches, but I just want to see. Okay. Okay, instead, if I ran 2 singles matches, for example, a rematch between Mickey Williams and Matt Robinson, I already have 540 people. Less than people wanted to see a tag match than want to see them in singles competition. Okay, well that changes some things. You did have Mitt Romney downloaded for a while? Okay. Oh, WC, that's the What Culture promotion? I'm pretty sure. I didn't see much of that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go non-title match. Matt Robinson, Thomas Walker in your main event. I still might only do a 5-match card. Or no, I'm gonna do a 6-match card for sure. Yeah. Since they're all singles. I now have 12 healthy people. Okay, so we got that going. Let's put Mickey Williams in your semi-main, coming off that title match. Let's put him against one of our, yeah. Let's do Ilya Dragunov, Mickey Williams. I feel like that's going to be a pretty good styles clash. He and Drew McIntyre had a heck of a feud there? Cool. Good for him. That's awesome. Was he featured in the NXT UK Championship, and it kind of looks like his head's too big for his body? I don't want to be like disparaging of that. Not in like the way that former Cruiserweight Champion's head is clearly too large. Just like, I don't know, just slightly disproportionate. Anyway, I noticed weird stuff like that. Right. So match number 6 is going to be Matt Robinson versus Thomas Walker. Non-title, but you know Thomas Walker is going to be looking to extract a blood price in that one. And then before that, Ilya Dragunov, welcome back. We'll be facing Mickey Williams. Sorry about your luck, kiddo. Okay. In match number 1, let's put Mad Polly anchoring the beginning of our shows like a rock against one of our friends here. Let's see how they do against Riddick Moss, 6'1", 244. Let's put him against the larger competitor, Riddick Moss. See what they do there. Let's do our next friendo here. Let's give you... Who am I resting? I'm resting Tejano, Page, and Dragon Rebel Jr. Okay, so Page, no. Let's put Bill Bullock here and give them not a rehab match, but you know, they didn't really get quite the fanfare of, hey, you both returned from injury, did you, and Thomas Walker. Thomas Walker finds himself in the main event. Bill Bullock further down the card, but here they are against the best around TK O'Ryan, who looks way better with short hair, or at least ponytailed hair. Anyway, the only thing I know about TK O'Ryan is that they were in the Kingdom and got hurt. Like, that's all I know about them, is they got hurt in the Kingdom, and I never saw them wrestle because they were rehabbing a long-term leg injury. Okay. He was not sure how to say it. That might just be a personal thing. Again, I'm already thinking of the other NXT UK guy, then I'm like, wow, that guy's head is like twice as big as it should be. I can picture it, because that's all I see when I look at him. He was their Cruiserweight Champion, the interim Cruiserweight Champion, while they were on, like, pandemic lockdown for ages and ages. Anyway. Okay, we got 4 people left that I can actively make matches with. Tejano Jr. Ooh, oh, we're resting Tejano Jr. for sure. Okay, so Dave Mastiff. I want to put them against... Let's see. Yeah, let's do Dave Mastiff, Jack Howard, and then middle of the show, we'll do David Houston, Kenta Kobashi. And this should sell us out. Sold us out. 1,246 people showed up to see Kenta Kobashi. Okay. So it looks like 5,500 people again. Just based on doing the quick math of how many people we lose versus how many people we gain. Medium Hall here. Almost 9,000 in that. What about the rural? Medium Hall at 10. Okay, what about social media? Print ad. Can I sell it out with a commercial? I sure can, but I'm only making 100 grand and I'm spending 130. So, none of that. Let's go back to urban. Small hall. Still 5,000. We only lose 300 people, doubling the price. So, Okay, we got about 5,500 people in the building. We got 6 matches. Let's get to it. Bonk. Got some friendos in. Down here to save. Got everything written out. Oh, I do not. Overwrite this. Just 1 second. I'm going to confirm the event and just leave the screen up momentarily whilst I adjust my text file, because we got Riddick Moss versus Mad Polly. TKO Ryan in. We face Bill Bullock. Some important info, I'm sure. Kenta Kobashi versus David Houston. Fourth match, we have Jack Howard. And certainly not Joack, as I just put here. That's okay. Against Dave Maston. And I got the other ones already entered. Alright. I was not anticipating getting up to 6 matches already per card, but that's pretty dope. This will for sure be our last show of the day, because we got some little matches to do. Without any further ado, let's get down to business. As we save real quick. I'm gonna go do my human resources. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. I'm gonna do my management. Check out that merch. Okay, so I made goods for sure. We sold out the 5,000 seater again. So I'm gonna produce 1,000 of these. And 1,000 of these. And expenses 62. 62 and 76 is 130 something. I'm okay with losing money this week. Jordan Devlin, that is the guy. Yes. That is the guy that I'm thinking of, that his head is way too big for his body. We are expanding our gym. I'm okay with losing money if we end up losing money on the show because of it. We still have 5,500 people times 20 bucks. So 110K. We're going to be spending about 130. We might make it back. We might lose money, but it won't be a significant amount, is all I'm saying. And we're going to level up that gym. That's huge. That is huge. Okay, let's save that. Oof, that's beefy. Okay. Oof. 6 figures on expenses this month, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get what we need. Quick save again, and let's see if everyone shows up for work. Everybody working? No. Riddick Moss canceling for personal reasons. Strike 1. Okay. Riddick Moss. Again, I'm okay losing money on this show, but he has 2 more chances to make sure that I don't. Okay. Strike 1 for Riddick. Here we go. Show up for work if you please. Uh-oh. That's 0-2 for Riddick Moss. Oh, and TKO Ryan. Things are getting worse. We're down to 4 matches in this one. We're only gonna have like 1,800 people. Oh, half full. Oh no. Okay. This is the risk that you run. Our 3rd and final kick at this can. Whomever doesn't show up, that's it. That's all we can do. I'm hoping for none, but it seems to be a max of 2. All right, let's do it. I'm looking. Oh, wait. Okay, let's do it. Yeah! Yeah! Holy crap. Oh boy. What is it about the 3rd chance? Okay. Skin of our teeth with 2 of the 3 shows today, by the way. Could have been disastrous. And I would have 100% lived with the results, just as we're living with the fact that everybody showed up. Alright, before they change their mind, let's get down to the ring. Riddick Moss, Mad Polly is your opener. Let's see how this shakes out. Boink. Phew. Everybody's here. We sold out this 5,000 seater again. Mr. Bigfoot is in charge of the action. Riddick Moss is here. Big fight field for sure. NXT mainstay, Riddick Moss. Look for him in your main event program. I mean that like the WWE program main event. Let's Guy's got Sunday Night Heat written all over him. Maybe not even that. Maybe he'd be on Jack or Metal.
Give up.
Way back in the day. Was he the one that they teamed with Cesar Bonani, and he's gone on to do other things in AEW? Mad Polly there with a beautiful Vader attack, establishing himself early. Very covetous of his roster spot here in the GWA. Unknown to him that we have just expanded our roster capabilities once more. So people like a Riddick Moss are going to be looking to impress the brass to try to earn a roster spot just like Mad Polly did. And Mad Polly himself is going to look to maintain his spot and maintain that upward momentum up the roster with the victory here. Oh, I loved all those supplementary shows. Like when they first did the brand split and then Heat became Raw's secondary show and Velocity was SmackDown's secondary show, I watched all four because that's the only way you could see all of the roster for each brand, you know what I mean? Now they have so many wrestlers they literally don't know what to do with them. But back then, yeah. Heck yeah, those off-brand ones, Velocity especially, was my jam. Had some great stuff on there. And then they just turned that concept into ECW and then morphed that into NXT and so on and so forth. Where we get Riddick Moss by way of all that explanation. Came to our Wrestleverse. Oh, big backsplash there. Mad Polly doing everything in their power to drive the air out of Riddick Moss, who's fighting back with that big punch combo. One day Riddick Moss will be able to tell his kids he got a 1 count on Mad Polly. Yeah, I feel like the best way for me to keep up with regular WWE weekly programming... Oh my gosh! Our first critical as Mad Polly knocks Riddick Moss out with a Samoan drop! Out of nowhere, we're going to have the medical staff attending to Riddick Moss immediately. This looks dire. Let's get out of the ringside area here so the medics can do their job. The lowest ranked match in our company's history, but also nice. But also our first KO. Poor Riddick Moss there, dropped on his head. Not really. Dropped on his back. I don't know, I guess just broke something. Must have just broken something, straight up. 69% KO for Mad Polly, who, as we said, fighting for that roster spot to establish himself. Taking no guff from the guest Riddick Moss. Unfortunately suffering that injury. Got to end that match early by referee stoppage. Your winner, Mad Polly. Alright, let's get things rolling. Looks like we got Riddick Moss cleared away from the ringside area. Yeah, okay, so we're ready to continue here. 1 second. Alright. Bill Bullock. TK Orion. TK Orion in the black and purple. The convict Bill Bullock in the black and green. The best around, I think he said he was, TK Orion. Looking to fare better than our other guest in the opening contest did against Mad Polly. Best wishes to Riddick Moss and a speedy recovery after getting knocked out after a huge Samoan drop. Must have cracked a rib or two. Either way, could not continue.
Give up.
Mr. Bigfoot had no choice but to stop that first match. We are well underway in match number 2 here. Bill Bullock, fresh back from that injury. Did not fare too well against the also returning Thomas Walker last month. Walker avenging his tournament loss. Hang on while I fight this cat away from me. Get away.
Right.
Stop crawling underneath me while I'm working. It's not even dinner. Silly boy. Okay. Get back of the action. TK Orion take the measure of Bill Bullock here, and likewise the convicts has not faced TK Orion before, certainly not in the GWA ring, and certainly not in real life, as Bill Bullock doesn't exist. See how the convict fares against unfamiliar competition. Likewise, TK Orion might have had the opportunity to study Bill Bullock's former matches in the GWA ring. No footage for Bill Bullock on TK Orion, unfortunately for him. The two gentlemen are content to slug it out here. TK Orion winning that exchange for now as we approach the 5-minute mark. Oh! First low blow of the match goes to Bill Bullock. Tries a diving fist
5 minutes gone.
after the uppercut to the ding-dong. TK Orion able to fight free. And now this is apparently a give-up, and not a disqualificational event. Like, he had a 5 count to stop hitting him in the ding-dong. But several shots to the nethers of TK Orion for Bill Bullock here. If he just removed that part of his arsenal, there's another competitor that would fare them much better, at least in the eyes of GWA management. Relies too heavily on their cheap tricks. Oh! And they could be using devastating moves like this stomach claw. TK Orion somehow able to survive the stomach claw. Oh, Kane, I play Elder Scrolls Online on, the version I'm playing is on Xbox. I do have it on Steam because I bought it at some point. It ran fine. I got 16 gigs of RAM. If you're in terms of graphics card, I have a 2 gig graphic card. I think my specs are on the are on my one of my panels there on the old Twitch page. I don't have the best system in the world, but it ran fine when I played ESO on my computer. But now I just have it offloaded on the old console. Just it's so easy. Yeah, I have I'm fortunate enough to have got a capture card. I actually built this computer to stream with like 4 or 5 years ago, but just didn't have the internet that would have allowed me to stream for that amount of time. So it's just been sort of like, I've just been using it for regular computer stuff. As the action now spills out to the floor, big Phoenix Plex coming up. Dropping TK Orion high on the neck and shoulders. But Bill Bullock unable to hold for the pin there as we are outside the ring where there are no countouts or disqualifications. As we've just passed the 10-minute mark, it looks like Bill Bullock took it out to the floor to try to up the excitement level of this one as he now grabbed a sledgehammer and is just mercilessly beating on TK Orion, who fights his way free and rolls back inside the ring. Appealing to the crowd for help is TK. Oh, and he eats a big boot. Bang, bang, says the convict. That'll do it. Oh, and TK with a low blow of his own. A taste of his own medicine. And it tastes real salty. So if you're going with we're going to stream the PlayStation 3, you need an additional device beyond the capture card. I also have an HDMI splitter that strips out the hardcore copyright protection. Oh my god! Sit out meltdown almost does the trick. What a maneuver there! Wrath would be proud. Holy crap! Laid him out with that sit out meltdown into a Michinoku driver instead of a pump handle power slam. Very impressive offense, but equally impressive is the stomach claw of Bill Bullock, and TK Orion has no choice but to tap to the most devastating submission move in the history of pro wrestling, the stomach claw. Heck yeah. Oh, what a big win for Bill Bullock with that stomach claw. Oh, I love the Wrath, Mortis. That stuff was awesome. I will not hear a bad word about any of it. I love that. I mean, I know they were doing some cheesy like Mortal Kombat stuff when Glacier came in and stuff, but the matches those guys were putting on and like the costuming and stuff that they had, I thought they were awesome. Like, straight up, I thought it was dope. Putting Wrath and Morris together really hid that Wrath, you know, was pretty clunky. I mean, he had runs as like Night Stalker, Atom Bomb. He had plenty of chances, never really did much. But as Wrath, especially when he was like, even though they only built him up for a couple like weeks to feed him to Goldberg, those few weeks where he was like murdering folks with the meltdown was pretty dope. It's a dope looking finish. That's why I used it as my finisher in my junior heavyweight career mode in this game. Okay, we are coming to the midpoint of the card here, so let's just save this really quick. Looks like we're going a little long, but that's okay. Kenta Kobashi, David Houston, coming your way momentarily. Let me get myself out of the way. Boink. As we are underway in this one. No strangers to one another, obviously facing each other in the championship series earlier in the year, or early last year, I should say. Both original roster members here in the GWA, at least in this iteration. Kobashi coming off that 5-star loss to Dragon Rojo Jr. last month. Really taking a kick in the teeth in terms of win-loss percentage is Kenta Kobashi in year 2. Didn't do that great in year 1, if I'm perfectly honest. Certainly not as anticipated. A lot of early talk in Kenta Kobashi's GWA tenure was that he might be the front runner for championship opportunities. As you can see, currently we have Matt Robinson holding the title. Kenta Kobashi is in the middle of the card trying to fight their way back into the upper echelon. David Houston likewise. Always a solid performer. Oh, nothing more solid than that big splash off the top. Both men looking for a stronger foothold on that ladder to success here on the GWA. Gnarly Wrestling Isle. There's that low-key style dragon sleeper seated. Just brutal. Much like those stiff chops to the side of the neck and now to the chest of David Houston. Certainly not shy about chopping is Kenta Kobashi. You're part of their offense. Big clothesline there. Burning lariat almost from Kenta Kobashi.
Give up.
5 minutes gone.
Give up.
Yeah, the thing about Ram, it's like the only. Hang on, big brain buster here by Kobashi. The thing about Ram is like it's the easiest thing on a computer to upgrade. Like if I can upgrade it, it must be easy because I just plug in, turn off computer, plug in new thing, turn the computer back on. Computer's like, hey, I can think a little better. Things are a little clearer, and it seems to be also relatively inexpensive in terms of a computer upgrade. I mean, it's certainly not, you're not getting into like graphic card territory if you want a stick or two of RAM to make things process faster. Or helping, you know what I mean? So things run a little smoother. Amazing impact on the floor. Excuse me, the amazing red there from David Houston. But it inspires Kobashi to fight his way immediately back into the ring. Perhaps the strategy of David Houston luring Kobashi back inside where he hits that beautiful angel swings into the Lamahi Strahl. Classic Houston combination gets a 2 count. Upper kick, center of the ring to Kobashi. Moonsault press by Houston. 2 and no. Kobashi just able to roll the shoulder at 2.9. Straight into another angel's wings. Might follow this up with another. No. Thought he was going for a Mahi Strahl, but he's going to pop him up. Nope. He's going to go low on that drop kick. Anticipation of David Houston's moveset is highly inaccurate as he now goes for the Mahi Strahl. 2. No. Kobashi just rolls the shoulder into another angel's wings. Houston pouring it on here. La Mahi Strahl numero 3. Just a 2 count. Only dos. And now Houston wasting time appealing to the crowd, but has things firmly in command here. Just fighting Kobashi down to the mat. Locks him in a dragon sleeper. Kobashi fights free. Houston thought he had the submission victory. And he plants it with another. Angel swings. Springboard missile dropkick to the chest of Kenta Kobashi. The anti-gravity kid, David Houston, putting on a clinic, but you can see the toll it's taking. You can see what it's taking out of David Houston to pour on this level of offense. And now he's going to fake a disqualification. I think Mr. Bigfoot may fall for this. Kenta Kobashi pleading his case, but I don't know if Mr. Bigfoot speaks Japanese. Luckily, an understanding was reached. And now David Houston going to work on the knees of Kenta Kobashi. Definite sore spot. Kobashi doing his best to fend him off. You see after every move, the exhaustion on the face of David Houston, but he is not relenting. Beautiful moonsault, but too close to the ropes. When 90% of your offense is hitting, you want to keep that momentum going. He's unable to put Kobashi down for a 3, and he may have tired himself out getting to this point. Oh no, pop-up Hurricane Rana! Center of the ring, got him! I spoke too soon. Houston had enough left in the tank for that pop-up Hurricane Rana, and now he's going to catch his breath as he puts down Kenta Kobashi. All right. Kenta Kobashi not doing so hot ski. 86. Pretty solid. I'll take it. David Houston beats Kenta Kobashi. We're going to try to whip through these. So we're already in overtime. Overtime! Your 4th match in our last show of the day. Jack Howard, Dave Mastiff. Let's just get down to the ring and get it on. Let's get it on.
Fight!
Mr. Bigfoot tells them to fight, and so they do. Dave Mastiff starting off with a slam to the floor, and then trying to lure Jack Howard after him. Jack Howard quickly returning to the ring, though. May have been attempting to slam Mastiff out to the floor there, but thought better of it. Pulling away from the ropes. Early counters from both men here. Bowled over is Jack Howard by Dave Mastiff. Very stout competitor, got a low center of gravity, got a good power base though, does Dave Mastiff. We've seen an impressive array of over-the-head belly-to-bellies and so on. I believe Dave Mastiff made his GWA debut against Jack Howard. Let me just double check here. Yes, Dave Mastiff on the losing end of his debut match against Jack Howard the first month of his second year. A very good contest, though, so let's see if Dave Mastiff may have solved the riddle of the Hollywood Hunk in this one, or if Hollywood Hunk can go 2-0 against Big Bad Dave Mastiff. No count there. See Dave Mastiff. Oh, busting open Jack Howard there with that headbutt. Big news here as Jack Howard has opened up in the opening moments. Not even 5 minutes deep into this one, and a vicious headbutt from Mastiff has busted open the Hollywood Hunk. Let's see how they respond here. How they deal with that wound that they're going to have to worry about for the remainder of this contest, no matter how long it goes. You can see it already dripping down into the chest of Jack Howard. A beautiful double underhook. Overhead belly to belly by Mastiff. You can see Howard doing his best to try to slow Mastiff down with that rodeo stretch back and forth. Another big headbutt there. You can see the blood beginning to pool on the ground, or excuse me, the canvas every time Jack Howard hits it. The canvas, of course, absorbs the blood, and that makes the fight stronger. Sending Howard into the corner now. A bit of a hush falling over the crowd here, not quite knowing how to react to Hollywood Hunk's beautiful, handsome Hollywood features being messed up by the headbutt of Dave Mastiff. So it doesn't seem to be doing too much negatively to the strategy of Jack Howard. Dave Mastiff unable to take too much of an advantage. As you can see now, the Hollywood Hunk actually on the offense primarily. Nice suplex there. Oof.
Give up.
But you can see every time, even in executing a move, Jack Howard, every time he just dusts the canvas, he in fact leaves a bit of a puddle or a pool of blood behind. He's been bleeding now for about half the match or more. Beautiful overhead belly to belly there by Mastiff. We talked about his low center of gravity and his suplexing ability early on On display here, delayed variety, the blood rushing to the head and out of the forehead wound of Jack Howard as he spills out to the floor. Dave Mastiff able to catch his breath in the center of the ring. If there's one knock against Dave Mastiff, it might be his cardio game. Certainly can't knock his power ability as he hits a huge power bomb on Jack Howard there. He responds with a butterfly and a bridge, but Dave Mastiff able to grab those ropes with his legs. Gets hit with a brainbuster by Howard though, who's fighting on despite that grievous wound to the forehead. Underhook. Nice throwing belly to belly by Mastiff. Trying to string some stuff together here. Huge clothesline turns Howard inside out. Mastiff can't follow up immediately though. Howard looking to shrug it off. Diving fist drop to the small of the back. Up top again, a second one. Gonna drive the arrow to Mastiff is Howard. Short arm clothesline this time. Hollywood Hunk rocking and rolling here. Oh my gosh, rating spike by Dave Mastiff. Taking notes from El Tejano Jr., stealing the finish of the Hollywood Hunk, but he's unable to even make a pin attempt. Howard's up and TKO's Mastiff, rolls him into a cover. Two! Mastiff out at 2. What a sequence that was. It's Dave Mastiff stealing the rating spike, but can't follow up. A lot of sneaky nonsense going on in these matches as of late. Mastiff off the ropes with a huge main event spinebuster. Oh, misses the discus lariat, but gets the running awesome bomb to the center of the ring. 1, 2, no! Jack Howard just able to roll the shoulder. And a fall-away slam to Dave Mastiff as Jack Howard goes up top. Diving fist drop to the ding-dong. Mastiff absorbs the blow and hits a stalling suplex to Howard. Off the ropes comes Mastiff. Another huge clothesline turns Howard inside out into the cover. 1, 2, no! Howard rolls the shoulder again. You can see the blood on the canvas. Another main event spinebuster from Howard, but he's been bleeding for 10 minutes now. Rating spike! Into the pin attempt! 1, 2, 3! Jack Howard with the rating spike. A huge singles victory. 2-0 against Dave Mastiff despite his best efforts. What a contest between the two. Bit of a rivalry developing. 91%, I'll take it. Jack Howard defeating Dave Mastiff. Heck yeah. More matches in the 90s, the better. Woo! Good stuff. Okay. We have 2 matches left. In your semi-main event, our old friend Ilya Dragunov is back, but unfortunately they drew the assignment of facing the Hell Knight, Mickey Williams. Let's get down to the ring very quickly and see how this one goes. Looks like we're going a little, maybe a half hour extra in total. I'm sorry, Katie, wherever you may be. I'm sure it's silently cursing me. Ilya Dragunov working the face immediately, and then gets overpowered and headbutted by by Mickey Williams, who wastes no time in going for the side attack, but Dragunov able to fend him off without getting cut. That's the important bit. Try to fend off being bloodied for as long as possible when you're facing Mickey Williams.
Give up.
Going for that torturous headlock right out of the gate as well. Dragunov, no stranger to a GWA ring, has guested numerous times before. This is their 4th or 5th appearance with us. Must have heard of the recent gym expansion and their second opportunity at earning a contract. Of course, they have to survive the likes of the talent of a Mickey Williams, who is no stranger to weapon usage in and out of the ring. You can get away with it outside the ring as there are no DQs or disqualifications. As you can see here, once he pulls out the fork in the center of the ring, though, he would have had a 5 count to stop jabbing his opponent in the head. But he breaks at 1. Fortunately for Dragunov, his skin hasn't broken yet. It's only a matter of time, though. Yep. There it is. At about the 3.5 minute mark, Mickey Williams busting open Ilya Dragunov, and now we got to see how Dragunov fights a match through streams of blood pouring down his face. Wins the strike battle there, so it certainly hasn't disheartened Ilya. You kind of have to expect it, fighting the Hell Knight Mickey Williams, who now Dragunov on the top turnbuckle. Power slam off the second rope. A Brett's rope twisting power slam from Mickey Williams. Incredibly impressive offense there. If only he didn't use weapons. Again, has the makings of a fine wrestler. I say that about most of the heels in this company. We are 5 minutes deep, and no wrestler signs up to bleed every night. Unless you're like Abdullah the Butcher or something. Oh dear. Now Mickey Williams just biting the forehead of Ilya Dragunov, or I guess like Dusty Rhodes in an NWA feud. Rock bottom style Uranagi from Dragunov. We've seen that out of the man before. Just tripping Mickey Williams to the mat. Has been bleeding for about half the matchup now. Oh my god! Just launches himself as a missile. Does Dragunov and almost puts Mickey Williams down. That head first missile launch off the ropes, I believe it's his finishing maneuver. Interesting though it may be, as Mickey Williams goes back to the sides, freshening up that forehead wound. Dragunov with that Death Valley driver in response. A lot of fight left in Ilya Dragunov, it would seem. Mickey Williams doing everything in their power to cause a greater bloodletting, to literally drain the fight out of the body of his opponent. Big boss man slam. And you can see mockingly he appeals to the crowd before grabbing the scythe once again. Just a straight up move you can do in this game. You can't get DQ'd, you just get to stab him with the scythe 3 times. This is just a move. That's hilarious to me. But anyway. I mean, we have that move where somebody pulls a chair out of nowhere, so I can't really complain. Speaking of pulling a chair out of nowhere, Mickey Williams grabs one from under the ring, a second one now. No countouts or DQs out here. He is free to use whatever he wants, however he wants to hurt his opponent, and he is delighted to do so. It's the Hell Knight Mickey Williams just wasting Dragunov away first with the chairs, and now continuing to bite at the wound in the forehead of Ilya Dragunov. Oh! Gut-wrench suplex onto the floor. May have hit a chair as he landed as well. Certainly got hit by that kendo stick. As Mickey Williams is swinging for the fences. Uppercut to the ding-dong. This is all Hell Knight on the floor here. Look at the blood starting to gather in this corner of the ring here. The southern quadrant. Iron Claw incoming. Oh, to the face of Dragunov, who poses for the crowd. Real proud of himself is Mickey Williams. Dragunov thankfully rolling back into the ring. Oh, I thought he may have trying to get back into the ring to even up the fight. But Mickey Williams content to let things stay on the ground here. Oh, low blow after low blow, weapon shot after weapon shot from the Hell Knight. Dragunov doing their best to fend him off, but it is only a matter of time. Big short arm clothesline. May have knocked Dragunov out. Yeah, Mickey Williams having to go to the floor to try to get Dragunov back in the ring, else he can't win the match. Appealing to the crowd, and they want none of it. Look at the pool of blood that is spilling into the audience area. Oh, Dragunov desperately grabbing a weapon and trying to swing it, but does not have the reach of that Singapore cane or kendo stick. Just doing his best to fight Mickey Williams away is Dragunov. Try to catch his breath. He'd be hard-pressed to keep his blood in his body. He tags up to bring the fight back out to Mickey Williams. You have to admire the fighting spirit of Ilya Dragunov. I don't know how wise it is. He is potentially fighting for a future roster spot, as we have a few more opportunities available. But good gracious me, the lengths he must go to in order to get there. As the fight remains on the floor, you can see all of the weapons that Mickey Williams has grabbed from under the ring. You can see the blood pooling every time Ilya Dragunov hits the hits the floor. It's not even the canvas anymore. It is ring mats over concrete floor. And once again, Mickey Williams using that side. Big rock bottom against the guardrail from Dragunov into a jackknife cover, but that's not going to help you on the ground. Oh, another big rock bottom variation there. Dropping him keister first onto the end of that kendo stick. Right up the pooper for Mickey Williams. He goes right back to the fork. Every time Mickey Williams gets in a little bit of trouble, Ilya Dragunov starts to shine a little bit, show a little bit of his offense. Mickey Williams in with the weapon shot, but a huge Death Valley driver from Dragunov there sends Williams scurrying back to the ring. Dragunov follows him up, and now the fight can finally continue as we approach the 18-minute mark here. Dragunov with a huge discus lariat, dropping Mickey Williams to the canvas. Drop kick to the chest now. Dragunov's got to seize this opportunity if he can. Trying to gather his breath here. For that final push, dodges his spear, does Dragunov. Setting Mickey Williams up for something. Oh, a low blow from Williams, cuts him off into the cover, hooks the leg, 2, 3, just like that. Dragunov, you could see, holding on for dear life. After that, you could get up anytime, Mickey Williams. Hanging on for dear life. On that cover was Mickey Williams, narrowly defeating Ilya Dragunov, who I sense was going for that knockout shot. Had something big in mind, but he was thwarted by a low blow into a deep leg hook on that pinfall, and Mickey Williams survives. Your semi-main event comes out with the victory. A heck of a contest, though. Great fire and desire shown by both men. Ilya Dragunov especially, having been bust open early on in the contest. Speaking of busting people open, the GWA Championship Series ended with one competitor with a perfect record of 7-0, and they didn't get even close to the championship at the end of the eventual tournament. Thomas Walker thinks they are the uncrowned champion. They will have a chance to prove it against the actual champion. Non-title action. Thomas Walker, the Brilliant Devil, against the divine Matt Robinson, your GWA heavyweight champion. Let's get down to the ring without any further delay. As always, the creature on feature is Mr. Bigfoot. And we are rocking and rolling with your final main event of the evening. We will be ready for our June show of year 2 at the end of this. We're not quite on our pace of 3 shows a week as we were in the first year, because the shows are getting larger, but that's okay. Eventually, we're going to do one actual Fire Promoter show a week, and the rest of the week's broadcast will be the quote-unquote television that we make up out of the exhibition mode. So look for that eventually. It'll also be fun because, like, our TV show can have an actual GWA ring. Hang on! Divine intervention the first 2 minutes of the contest, but Thomas Walker with the wherewithal to grab that bottom rope until he could get his wits back about him. Anyway, for our weekly quote-unquote television, once we get there, I can like make a GWA ring. But then once we hit the actual Fire Promoter quote-unquote pay-per-view aspect of it, it's just these default sponsorship rings, which is fine. Like, it's not a problem or anything like that. It's just fun that the pay-per-views have these like additional sponsorship, and the TV show I can actually make it look like it's just a GWA show. So that'll be a little fun thing for me to do anyway. I can make a new canvas, aprons, turnbuckle pads, all that fun stuff. I mean, overall, I'll make it sort of match what the Fire Promoter mode looks like. I went looking on the Steam Workshop. Unfortunately, nobody has made the actual advertisements from Fire Promoter as just textures you can download. So I could just recreate this ring in exhibition mode and call it the GWA ring. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but I'll think of something. Much like Matt Robinson trying to think of something to thwart the offense of Thomas Walker. You see him going for that rolling cross arm breaker there to no avail. It's Thomas Walker, the Brilliant Devil, looking to dominate the champion, rolls him up for a 1 count. Just like he dominated literally every available competitor in the GWA Championship Series. Thomas Walker very much considers himself the uncrowned champion. Brainbuster onto the top turnbuckle, follows it up with a Sister Abigail, does Walker. But Robinson able to create some space so Walker can't follow up. Oh, there, now he gets a pin attempt. Rolls him up for another, just a 1 count. Wow. Amazing resilience by the champion after getting rocked by that Brainbuster. And then his Sister Abigail. Brainbuster dropped onto the top turnbuckle. Olay. Haven't seen that in a while. Used to be a wrestler who used to do that quite often, but they retired to go open an orphanage in Mexico. heard from again. Nice black hole slam, and then that interesting pose, which to me looks like he's waiting to power slam somebody. And that is a Starbird press, Phoenix press, some sort of press that's not just a 450. Firebird press, perhaps. Firebird splash. I don't know. Phoenix splash, maybe? I don't know. Phoenix right, ace attorney. Objection, says Matt Robinson. Bowling Thomas Walker over, and I'm so glad he did, because I would have got the call wrong if he didn't. Because I was doing it before he actually did the move. Double stomp off the ropes. Back to the midsection goes Robinson with those kicks. And now just laying those forearms into the brilliant Devil Thomas Walker. He has the option to quit under that kind of onslaught, but fights his way free. Matt Robinson says this is it. Says this is it, goes up top. Elbow drop to the small of the back, and now locks him in that scissor sleeper. If you're going to seize up the core muscles in the lower back, it's going to be harder to break a hold like that, but Thomas Walker eventually does. Let's see what he can do in the grip of this cross arm breaker. Impressive submission game out of the champion, Matt Robinson. We've seen a lot more out of him in the recent matches, especially knowing now there's a lot more on the line. Being our inaugural champion, mind you, this is non-title competition, but still pride on the line, and you don't want Thomas Walker to get any further credence or logic behind a potential title opportunity. If you are Matt Robinson, I don't know. He did manage to survive Mickey Williams. Eventually. Did Matt Robinson. When the title was on the line, he rose to the occasion. Let's see how he does in non-title action against Thomas Walker, who is on a roll here. Working the head and neck of Matt Robinson. And for that knockout shot, spiked him with a Frankensteiner. Beautiful flipping drop kick to the chest of Matt. He's right back up and right back down with a dragon screw from Thomas Walker. I don't want to jinx it by mentioning what he has or has not done. Ujigaroshi across the knee for Thomas Walker. Pulls into the cover. Deep hook at the leg. 2! The divine Matt Robinson just rolls the shoulder in the nick of time. Off the ropes he comes now. Big knee to the chest of Thomas Walker. Drags him away from the ropes for good measure. Pulls him back to his feet, says the divine one. The brilliant devil drags our champion back to the center of the ring. Sends him into the turnbuckle now. Big jumping forearm. Waits for him to fall. Up top, 450 splash. Excuse me, that might be the Firebird again. No, that's definitely a 450 splash. 2 of them to the back of Matt Robinson. And now he's just going to roll him up. Ooh, I just heard announce themselves. Good to see you, Uwu. Just in time for the final main event of the day. Thomas Walker rolls into the cover of the champion, and he got him! The brilliant devil, Thomas Walker, once again without cheating, defeats Matt Robinson clean, virtually guaranteeing himself a future title match. And he did it, and I will emphasize this once again, clean as a sheet. That's 2 matches in a row. Since returning from injury, Thomas Walker has not used the fork. That's wild. That's some wild stuff. And he is still winning, even without it. As he has just knocked off your GWA champion, Matt Robinson, in singles competition. And you know that the powers that be at the GWA are going to take note of that in future title bookings, just as Mickey Williams earned a shot last month. Major title implications to come after that one. Alright, so not as exciting as our last show, but still well above 80. And that's what we need to put on a quote-unquote good show that actually expands our audience and stuff like that. So the 5,500 strong had a decent time. Sorry, I had to suppress a burp there. Yeah, 5541. Not as many people as last time either, but that's okay because we're not having a title match. And we were down a few competitors, so we had to get some friends in. And we were just grabbing people. So, Baby Finley and Leo Rush are the New Japan Junior Tag Team Champs. Drago and probably Blue Panther are the AAA Tag Champs. I don't know who Iwamoto, but they're the new... yeah. Sure, Dragon Gate's got new Tag Team Champs. New Legend 6-person champs, Jumbo Saruta, Dick Togo, and I don't know the third person. All right, so we paid for the gym expansion. We gave some people raises. We did a lot of stuff. We still managed to make 20 grand, and that means we sold all of our merch once again. We made $110,000 on the gate. We got just under 10 grand from our sponsorship, and we made $42,000 in merch sales. Yeah, so that gym renovation was our big one. Good stuff. Guest wrestlers. The venue is a big price. I'm not thrilled about having to pay 30 grand every month, but if we can fill it and get at least 100 in ticket sales, I think we're good. Okay, All Japan is scheduling a tag tournament this month. The Legend promotion is scheduling a singles tournament this month. Let's go take a look, and we haven't done that before. Let's go take a look at the, just before we log off, let's go take a look at the last run shows by the other promotions, and it looks like Bob Backlund has joined Pro Wrestling Noah. I gotta tell you, that's a real good fit for prime of his life video game wrestler Bob Backlund to be joining Pro Wrestling Noah. James Storm has left Impact. Okay, so let's save that. Bob Backlund, Pro Wrestling Noah. Ooh, we're gonna have a good relationship with Noah soon too, or we already sort of have one. Okay, that's cool. All right, let me check my training center for maintenance. I'm not going to be expanding anything. We just hit level 3 on the gym, so before we run the first show next week, we'll be hiring new talent. Yeah, we blew out all the merchandise again, so we'll probably do towels, goods, and snacks again. Yeah, blowing all those out are nice. Okay, I might do towels, goods, and photos, and then leave the snacks for a bit just to see how it does. Okay, records and help, promotion stats. Let's take a look at their latest events. Let's just take a look mostly at the main events. Another tournament, Bobby Lashley winning it. I think they already might be the champion, or they might not have had a championship involved. Okay. Oh, also I'm trying to take a look at. Okay, they sold out a 5,000 seater for that month's Super Show. Meanwhile, New Japan half fills a 30,000 seat arena, main evented. Let's take a look at decent matches and main events. Wow, 54s in the 50s all the way up for Kings Road style, and literally your whole roster is Kings Road. I don't know what Kramer is doing fighting Hiroki Goto, but gotta be something. I don't know who that is. Obviously they're a wrestler, but as far as I know, that's Cosmo Kramer in there against Hiroki Goto, or you know, the guy from UHF. Don't let him use the mop. Yeah, at least it looks like it gets better a little bit. But then El Desperado and Tiger Mask 4, some relief for the audience by having a great match. Okay, Jay White, Taka Michinoku having a real good match. Evil Carl Fredericks, not great. But then that crazy 11th match that comes out of nowhere, El Desperado and Amazing Red against David Finlay and Leo Rush. Leo Rush and David Finlay winning the junior tag belts in front of a half-full crowd. That's too bad. 15,000 strong for this episode of Dynamite. Yeah, there we go. Kingston and Swole against Santana and Ortiz teaming together. Yes! I love it when actual teams team together. 5 stars. Big Swole and Eddie Kingston. I guess Kingston needed a new friend since John Moxley quit the promotion. Miro and Matt Jackson also putting on a clinic in the middle of the show. Shima and Wardlow putting on a show. Amazing Kong against Shug D's team. Starting off strong, Preston Vance and Takehiro Yamamura. Okay, how are we doing here? Loomis and Atlas against Trent Seven and Wolf, 100%. Looking good. Oh, you went for a 40,000 seater and you got 15,000 people there. Just book the 15,000 seater. Ginny and Ashton Smith putting on a clinic. Ember Moon, Piper Niven, and probably Ember Moon's best match ever. Kushida and something Vink against Samuels and Jaya Lee. Wait, no, Zaya Brookside, excuse me. 100% there. And then your main event with LA Knight winning the title from Adam Cole is only a 79%. Maru indeed. I know, buddy. I know we're late. I know it's a half hour late. CML, mind you, selling out 1,000 seater and just crushing it. Overall card rating 83. Having some good times here. Yeah. Oops. We're down to CML. All right, Big Japan, 3,500, 68% though. This I'm going to keep checking because I don't see them here, but Hollywood Hulk Hogan is in Big Japan Pro Wrestling. Okay, AAA, 80%, 5-match card, 5,000 seater, couldn't quite sell it out. Weird. They're much bigger than we are, but that's okay. We can sell out the same sort of size arena. Here, they're selling at a 5,000 seater, only getting a 73% though. Angelina Love and Vincent tearing the house down. Okay. DDT, 3,500 seater as well. So not a lot of people are expanding beyond, like, they either go 3,500, around 5,000. I've only seen a couple attempt like 15 this month, and then for whatever reason we got a 30 and a 40. Like, some people are trying stadium shows that really shouldn't be, but like, we need a lot of people to start branching off into the mid-sized arenas. Gorgeous Matsuno against Yuki Ueno was a real showstopper. I can't imagine that's a real thing. Liliko and Antonio Hondo against Kota Ibushi, maybe? No, that's a different Kota. And Tetsuya Endo. I don't know which Kota that is, but they put on a heck of a main event. All Japan, meanwhile, just hired, oh no, that was Noah that just hired Bob Backlund. Dan Tamura and Black Tiger 7. Okay. Again, a 40,000 seat arena, and they had 6,000 people there and put on an 8-match show. That's wild. Dylan James and Shuji Kondo tearing it down as well. They put on a good show, but I can't... Why would you book the 40,000 seater? That's wild to me. Maybe they had some people not show up or something. Dragon Gate. See, they're pretty reasonable. Like, if you can get 7,000 people in a 10,000 seater, I think you're doing okay. Like, not great, but you're doing okay. Decent main event. Dragon Gate slowly growing. Like, not great, but slowly growing. Okay. Half full in a 25,000 seater. Had a draw in your third match, but it was a really good match, so it's okay. Jordan Grace and Matt Cardona tearing it down to open it up. And then it just kind of got worse from there. Carl Anderson against Willie Mack wasn't that great. Big main event, though. Storm and Page winning. Ethan Page there and James Storm. They just won that, and then James Storm left the promotion after winning that main event. That's wild. That's super wild. Okay. I hope they didn't win a championship on the way out. That's always a bummer. Noah has... Oh my gosh. Noah already booked Bob Backlund. Went to a draw with Junta Miyawaki, one of their young boys. 57%. That doesn't bode very well. But they sold out the 10,000 seater. Masato Tanaka on the card. Not a very good show overall, but some interesting... talent choices in Noah these days. GCW, or perhaps it was GCW that hired Hogan. It was one of the two hardcore promotions, either GCW or I think it was Big Japan. Anyway, decent show, 1,600. They're just sort of like, you know, getting in there, just surviving, I guess. They only have 11 wrestlers, so they're keeping their expenses down. We already surpassed GWA in terms of... Yeah, we got 12 out of 16, so we already have... Okay. The second least. Ooh, Dragon Gate only has 13. Okay, and then this Legends promotion. You gotta branch out from this 1,800 seater, though. I mean, you're not putting on a great show, and that's fine, but with the amount of talent you have... Like, you have just Masahiro Chono versus Takeshi Morishima in the middle of your show, just cuz. I mean, even David Young, Doug Furnace is probably good. Elix Skipper Akira Taue, I refuse to believe was that bad. Same with ODB Steve Williams. Steve Williams must have refused to cooperate. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, so that's kind of where everything stands. Our title belts, we only have the one champion with one victory under the belt. So yeah, I think Bobby Lashley did just defend that belt inside of that tournament, and he won that tournament, and that counts as one defense. That's crazy. All right, let's save and get out of here while we can. All right, let's leave that as is. We can drop out of studio mode, but I can hit this sucker to thank everybody for watching, no matter where when you happen to be, and wishing everybody out there chill vibes and high fives. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. We are going to be back Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. to continue becoming one with nature in the wild at heart. So until then, TTFN, let's find somebody to spread a little love to on our way out the door, and then I can finally feed this cat who's been running around at my feet, meowing at me like mad. Of course, Stream Deck's going to crash. the first time I press that button. There we go. Let's go raid them. Don't raid them that often. Ugh. All right. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Hopefully I see you tomorrow afternoon. Don't forget, one more week until the A1 Climax in this time slot next Thursday, beginning at a very special time of 12 p.m. Eastern. In place of the normal GWA broadcast, you will see the entirety of the A1 Climax tournament, a 20-person round-robin tournament. Yes, I am attempting to do an entire video game G1 Climax in one day. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Ta-ta for now, everybody.